fine.
I thought.
Whoa.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
I thought Discovery just. I didn't sit down and like watch it, but I kind of heard it playing in the background because Will was watching it, and it just sounds like Star Trek fan fiction.
It does.
Like it's really cheesy. Like the dialogue is really cheesy, and just the. Like they teleport around space with using mushrooms.
Yeah, no, it sounds.
It's straight up fan fiction.
Yeah. And not like the good kind of stuff.
No, this is like Wattpad level.
Yeah.
And I would know. I was a 14-year-old girl that read a lot of Wattpad fan fiction.
Just calling yourself out.
The secret's out.
I like it.
It's true. It's true. I did.
By the way, I like your shirt. Is that a new one?
I've had it for a little while. It says rolling dice builds character.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Fair enough.
It's true.
Fair enough.
But what if you just use the standard array? Shut up, nerd!
Yeah, nerd. What about point
You're
buy?
doing that thing where you're nerding again.
Point
Stop
buy.
it.
Oh, if you do point buy, you're a monster.
Point buy is not fun.
It's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Point buy is the least fun option.
I like point buy.
I'd rather take my
course you do,
chances
Madam Mike.
rolling 4d6.
I would rather
I
go
would
46,
agree. I would
yeah.
agree. Point buy's great.
For anyone
Point
who's
buy's great
curious,
for a
we use
medic.
standard array.
Because rolling dice does build character. Because guess what? When you use 4d6 and one mulligan,
That's
your
like, hey,
character is going to show up
it's
however
like,
your character
oh my
shows
god,
up.
I rolled.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I definitely rolled a 14.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
If you want to be extra mean to your players, you make them roll
3d6.
3d6. Yeah, and
Or
the
do them
highest.
in order.
You do
Yo,
them in
I'll
order
take,
is what I'm saying.
I'll take
As
this
long
3d6.
as you can decide your race and class after you've rolled.
Yeah,
Then
there we go.
If you have to pick your class and then roll in order,
That's brutal. That's mean.
Yeah,
That's
that
messed
is
up.
mean.
Yeah. You're a cruel person if that's what you do. to your
Oh, that'd be a
players.
great one shot. You're
I
just,
always wanted to be a
It
fighter.
would be a
but I
great
have a
one shot.
4 in strength.
and dexterity.
18 intelligence.
That lines up. That lines up. Look, I always wanted to be a fighter. I was never any good at it.
I'm not good.
But I will be now. Ah,
That's more real than anything else I've
That's
ever
so
heard.
funny.
you're healing shit with a dagger, just like I'm stronger now.
Stop hitting him.
Can I get an intelligence melee attack? Aim for their weak spots?
oh god, all that does is remind me when we were doing our one shot. I'm over here with a magic wand,
Barbarian
magic
with a 5
wand that just random
constitution.
stuff. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it with it. Oh, fireball. Oh, it's a fire elemental. I'm healing you. I'm gonna do it again. Fireball. Wow, this is not working good for anybody.
Yeah, this is not working out in our favor at all right now.
Stop.
Yeah. That's how I started to feel when I kept rolling the
what's the
disintegration
spell
eye
save
ray
DC?
on the beholder, dude. I was like, oh, this is gonna kill somebody.
Well, it did.
Yeah. Two of you. Kill
Yeah.
two of you.
Yeah, I cheated on the group. and I
Haha,
played
boss
a-
died.
Yeah, sorta.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah,
He
on the-
absolutely should not have died. He had such high dexterity.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
I cheated on the group last week and I played a one shot, which was a kobold meat grinder, where a bunch of kobolds are like a clutch of kobolds are trying to escape from this prison, kind of thing, and they're just getting wrecked and falling off. And you have 12 HP, and they all have classes and some features, but it's like as you roll, and it was like 3d6 kind of thing, and you're just like, you're gonna be garbage, but you're gonna die. And then you die, and then you drew a random new kobold class and whatnot.
Oh,
I like how not only did you cheat on us, but then you decided that you were just gonna broadcast it to the world and publicly shame us all over it. You know. I appreciate that you went the extra mile to ruin my night. Just want you to know that.
Well, I'm just saying, when our next set of characters, we should roll 46. If you decide to
46
murder
dropped
me,
the highest.
I'll be honest. I have a problem.
Lowest. Sorry, lowest.
I have a problem. I would love to roll for characters. I love gambling. A problem, I know.
Yeah. We're not going down that path with you. Gambling is legal in this state.
I know. I'm surprised I'm financially sufficient.
Just self-control, buddy.
Maybe.
Crypto's a thing. But besides
that
Anyways.
and a master at the sleight of hand, and being a gambler, you're just asking for
that, I don't think I
problems.
have that skill anymore, man. I haven't used that skill in 6 years. I picked up playing cards the other day. It's not there anymore.
You never had it to begin with.
Well then. Whoa.
Yeah. You're gonna feel the sting of that one.
Oh,
Oh, Mike's
Fuck.
getting roasted tonight.
yeah. Makes
I
me
would,
feel like an
I would
island.
feel bad at all. I would feel bad, like even the slightest little bit, if I knew you were a real person underneath that ginger hair.
And that shirt.
You have a problem with the shirt? The jersey.
I do, man.
Why do you have a problem with it? It's a shirt.
The jersey?
Yes. It's a Kobe Bryant memorial jersey.
See
No.
what I'm talking about? See what I have to deal with on a regular basis? See what I'm saying, people?
In my
These
defense,
are my players.
in my defense, I was left unsupervised.
That's kind of fun.
You had to grow
Nah.
up and move out someday, dude. We can't supervise you forever. That's not fair.
I can't afford childcare.
Exactly, dude.
Uh,
Oh,
D&D?
that was funny. No, we're already beyond that.
Well,
D&D.
All right.
this is
This
why
has
we're-
turned into an Ask Me Anything.
This
You guys
is
came here
what
thinking
happens
yeah.
when we go 2 weeks without playing. It just always happens.
Yeah.
There's a little extra
Every
time for
time.
bullshit and just like, hey, we need to get some stuff off our chest.
like that shirt.
And pressure.
Kapow!
Fuck you! You
That was
best not.
awesome.
You best not join into this, damn it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I think it's whatever. It's a yellow shirt, but not gonna pass it up. Had to twist the knife.
You didn't twist the knife. You
Matt-
tripped me into a truck.
Yeah, Matt's going
Listen,
well.
I saw the truck coming, and I
And
saw
that would be
you
the
on the
first
curb.
time that you've gotten hit by
Son
a
of a
car,
bitch!
First time?
Yeah, Matt is a passive
You're all against
personality
me.
guy. He will join
I had to
in.
get
Oh,
one in.
absolutely. I am
Twist
a
it,
sheep.
just-
I will follow where the herd goes. And tonight, it's roasting Mike.
Crocodile tears, man. You will go in your room later and cry, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
And
fine.
that'll
Look what you
say
did
he's
to
over.
him, Tara.
They'll say he's over it, and then 6 months from now,
I'll
he'll
hold
go,
against you.
"Oh my God!"
Yeah,
Yeah.
He'll bubble back up to the
a lot of
surface.
childhood trauma on that one.
It's
Yeah,
therapy.
that's fair.
I tried. She said I was fucked up.
Mine said, "Have you ever been screened for autism?" But that's neither here nor there.
The answer is yes. That's what makes it so funny.
I'm gonna cry if Katarina doesn't come back.
That's fair.
So get the tears ready.
I'll take that bet.
Oh no.
Alex is like, wait. No.
Sorry, Tara. He said he'd
Collateral
cry.
damage.
Yeah, collateral damage.
Yeah. Andy's over here just trying to deal some emotional damage at you.
Emotional damage.
He wants you. He wants
She was the only human being in this group. Like, not just a human, but like a person that cares about people.
What do you mean? Oh, Finn cares about his people. Locke cares about
Something maybe.
maybe. I don't know.
Deep down in there
I think
somewhere.
that cares about people. Theon cares about elves.
You still count. They're people.
Barely.
You care about us and goblins and some other people. You care about people.
Yeah, I wasn't including myself.
He said
I
this
was saying I'm gonna be all alone, is what I was saying.
Godric cares about us people.
A means to an end. And that end is slaying dragons. We know what we are to you, Godric.
You guys aren't just tools. You guys are funny tools.
Dude, your brother is literally mechanical. Alright.
Yeah. And I care about the guy.
You big tool.
Ah!
I see what you
That
did
was
there.
funny.
I see what you did there. Took me a second.
So there we are.
Crying, sleeping on a slab filled with blood.
Crying.
Well,
Screaming,
Mike.
crying.
I'm with you. We all cry to get to sleep. It's just what normal people do.
That's what everybody does, right?
Yeah.
You
Right.
hit a point in your life when that's just the most
You're
comforting thing
in
you can
bed. You turn over on your side. You weep, and then you sleep.
do.
Right.
Weeping gets you pretty tired.
Well,
Just
if
saying.
you're not alcoholic, then you just drink till everything goes black.
Yeah, I tried that. The sleep isn't as good.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Restless. And...
That's why you drink till it goes black again.
All right. It's getting
Oh,
sad now.
no.
Yeah,
I
let's
was
get-
like,
Hey, wait, we're not there.
I actually did think, I was like, how do I sleep? I was like, generally if I can't sleep, I just put my back on the wall. It's cold, it's nice, and I go to bed.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you
I've
meant
been
like
there.
my bed doesn't touch a wall except for like the back, so I thought you meant like you just sat up straight and
Yeah.
then...
No, that's when I'm coughing and I need to like sleep. I put pillows up against the wall and I'm like,
Ew. Gross. Lung butter.
what the fuck did you just say? It.
Okay.
What?
All right, we need to do it. So
Katarina, come back! Oh, Katarina!
Yeah. Katarina, come back.
I am content on my stone
Anyways.
slab.
Just gotta wait another 7 months.
Another 7 months. It's
We
you're
got
not gonna
time
time dilation. It's gonna come back way stronger though,
Some
dude.
time. Some
I'm gonna
time
come back
bullshit.
level 17.
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We have a cheat code.
9th level spells. Here we go.
Here we go. You all listen to me now.
Like they didn't before.
Yeah, exactly. Suckers.
She's been manipulating us the whole time. And I, for
It
one,
was
welcome our
Katarina
Katarina
all
overlord.
along. If that was the twist I came up with, that'd make me as good of a writer as the Marvel writers.
Oh.
I could work for Disney.
Oh.
Yeah. I have new goals and aspirations now.
I see what you did there.
To tell you, you can do better.
All right, you caught me. I'm the person who wrote The Mandalorian. Let's move on.
Oh no.
It's not much better, but it's better.
I mean, yeah. Anyway.
So D&D. After waiting the night, there is a waft of heat and sulfur that kind of permeates throughout the room, through the cultist's lair, and a portal opens.
Stand up.
The room is flooded with light and heat, and Katarina comes running through it, jumps through the portal, and turns to face it. And there is a powerful, loud howl of a wolf that comes out from the portal behind her. And this massive werewolf jumps through after her. Its fur smoldering, scarred, and its eyes filled with hate and aggression. And then the portal closes. And you're all now just stuck in this room with this werewolf. So let's roll for initiative.
Wait,
Neato.
what? What?
What?
Well, now,
Yep.
now we gotta put you down, Hargraves.
Yep.
I'm glad.
I rolled out of order. I'm sorry.
Sometimes,
Retract those.
sometimes the old dog goes a little rabid and
Little bit,
mad.
dude.
It's just what
Cobalt!
happens.
Let's see your
Can you
personal
grab me an erasable
bias.
marker I forgot to grab?
So we're gonna set up here for this little combat that the players definitely did not know was coming at all.
No.
Definitely not. So
What the? You do what? Alright.
this powerful, lumbering werewolf with its corded muscles and its stature, standing as tall as, if not just a bit taller than Godric at its full height, just howls in the room that shakes the foundations of the cultist hideout, and it starts eyeing all of you with this bloodlust and this dripping black ooze coming from its claws and running down its mouth and hitting the floor with this acidic hiss. Who has silver weapons again?
Oh my god!
I mean, no.
I mean, I technically do, but I'm not gonna use it.
I'm not.
No, we're not trying to kill it. All right. So we're gonna have to get ready for this little bit of combat here for a
What?
second.
Well, then, Matt, please roll.
Oh yeah, we do initiative here.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
how
we're
we-
doing initiative.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Ooh, solid. It's my first 20 of the night. Anyways.
Whoa.
Oh.
What'd you get?
On the
14.
bright side, we've been leveling up this whole time. and
Katarina.
Hargraves hasn't, right?
12.
Unless he's part Saiyan, then beat.
All right,
him and
cool.
make him
I got a
fall.
22.
$16.
And what did you get total? No. I was talking to Andy.
Did everybody else already go?
Yep.
That would have been a... Let me reopen some tabs, because I forgot to restore the tabs.
Oh boy.
23.
Turns out I used a bunch of spells last time.
All right.
Turns out you used a bunch of spells, and you
Mhm.
didn't get a long rest? Man, that's a problem.
That is an issue.
Anyways,
Did they get a long rest?
they did not.
Yeah, I slept on the stone tablet.
Did I get a long
Time
seems
valleys.
seems like probably not.
You did not.
You almost did, but then you got chased by a world.
There is no
Resting in hell.
there is no day-night cycle in the first layer of hell. So sunrise never comes.
All right. Is there any extra things we got to worry about in turn order?
Maybe.
Would you like me to put a top of the initiative?
No.
All right. So first off the list is going to be his Holy Hargraveness. Next up is me. Then we've got Trin, Locke, and then Katarina.
That is a bummer that you specified I got no sunrise. I'm sure that was not
Specifically
on
sunrise.
accident.
Specifically, no sunrise.
Shit.
Yes.
Alrighty, that's turn to use me now.
What?
So, when's the sunrise? Oh,
Awesome.
no.
Shoot. But yeah. Well, bam.
Neat.
Cool.
Oh, you got it?
No.
You want me to do it?
Now, if you show me how to do it, so I can do it in the future.
Well, they have to. Oh. Wow. Over here. Actually, I have to look it up. My bad. Get out of here. Wi-Fi. Go away. Go away. And there.
They call it that because it's used for adult entertainment. Huh?
No.
It's a M-scale.
Huh? I mean, it should be done here. Yeah, we might want. But yeah.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little forward more. A little forward.
Yeah.
You're tilting it down.
Tilt
Sit
up.
forward.
I'm not tilting down, moving it forward.
Well, you unintentionally tilted it down.
Well, you tilted it down.
No, I got you here. There we go.
Hip hip. Cheerio.
Cheerio, how's the Kelbold? How's oh Jesus? I don't know what you did, but now there's your shot.
There's a shot. You have one shot. One moment.
One opportunity.
With your mom's spaghetti.
That's not the song.
He's weak.
Fucked it up.
Arms is heavy.
You clearly need that magnet.
Helps with the
Balance.
cerebral thing.
You know, I am worried that I'll be in a parking lot because I have metal plates in my skull that I'm just a lightning rod. I took electrical safety, so I know that's not how it works at all.
I like how you.
But my irrational mind tells me anyway.
Do
Of
your
all the
irrational
things.
and rational mind battle each other sometimes?
All the time.
So,
I get that with bugs.
But
Rationally, like, I know they can't hurt me, but irrationally, I'm very scared of
Yeah.
them and I hate them a
I get
lot.
that.
and then they feel like extra strong, like
I feel like yours isn't irrational. You've
Yeah.
gotten hit by a lot of cars.
I don't know.
I've never been once
anytime
hurt,
I'm
been hurt by a bus.
walking with Justin anywhere, he's like, Mike, it's all right. Car won't hurt you. I'm like,
no, cars kill people every day. What you should do is hold his hand so you don't go stray walking in the street like a child. It's like when you go through a parking lot, you're like, Mike, take my hand.
Happens, it's not the straight ones that get me.
If they're not stray, then they should be on the road. So.
I don't know.
What are you doing on the road?
The bus almost took me out the other day.
So, the werewolf
Oh no.
turns. No, I mean it's not gonna actually turning is the wrong way of putting it, but it's just gonna continue pursuing Katarina and just leaps towards her. It makes 2 attacks. No, sorry, 3.
Good. Good.
So 2 with its claws and 1 with its bite.
Go on, werewolf.
Stop
Bite.
looking at me. It's not my fault.
You've done a bad thing.
So the first, I'm gonna do the bite first. So that's gonna be 24 to hit.
Yep.
So that's gonna be. Just rolled this at the same time, but I didn't. 15 piercing damage. I need a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You have luck.
I have luck?
Everyone, you should have 2 legendary lucks, I believe.
Let me double check.
Yes, Andy has them written down. We all because remember, the world leader known as Romby rifted us all 2 legendary lucks.
Rifted us.
No, she
I
has
think
0 now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used mine.
The only person who has luck left now are Justin and Alex.
We did you, yeah.
Well, I needed to roll an 8 at least, and I rolled a 6, so I
Ooh.
failed that one.
Justin and Alex both also have failed auto saving throws.
Yes, they do.
Automatic failed saving throws.
Do I need to worry about putting Wolfie on an initiative?
I mean, he's in the room, right?
Let me roll for him. Natural 1. I'll pull up
Solid.
his stats too.
I
I think he has like
only
a
has
plus
like a
2 or plus
plus-
1.
It's something low.
It doesn't matter, but I
Yeah.
should have his stats
Yeah.
up if he gets
No
his
matter what,
shit
he'll be
smacked.
on the bottom.
Yeah, he's gonna be below.
He's a
Kat.
bottom today.
He's a bottom today. Okay, so
That means more than you think.
Hargraves runs forward as you spin up off your back. He lands over the top of you, grabs you, and picks you up like you weigh nothing,
Mhm.
and just puts his bite, the full strength of it, into your shoulder and neck and collarbone. You feel a bone snap underneath the power of it as he's kind of pushing you together, and you're able to take a bit of magic. You cast like a small necrotic spell. It blasts his head off of you, and he flinches from it, dropping you back to your feet. But then you immediately start to feel this wound like pulse and like fester, and there's a shooting pain that goes through your body, through your right side. And for a moment, like the world gets kind of blurry. And then you can start hearing people's heartbeats a little more clearly.
Am I a werewolf now?
Hell yeah.
Then he makes his other 2 attacks with his claws.
So nothing happens yet for my failed one. It's like this is a slow burn kind of thing.
You took,
As far
you
as
took
I know.
15 piercing damage.
That did happen.
Yeah. So, first claw attack, that's going to be real low, so that's not going to be a hit. That's going to be a 13 to hit.
Shield.
You shield?
Or else it would have, yeah.
It would have hit? Really? I thought you had
I
like an
only-
AC 14.
No, I only have 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that hits then.
The air can hit you.
So now your AC is at what, though? Because that'll matter for the next attack.
Now it's 16 with the shield.
The other one hits too. With a 17.
Well, I avoided one
You did,
claw
yeah.
attack. So that's good at least.
Okay, so then let's see. The claws is. Oh, ow! You're gonna feel this one. Or not, if I roll really low.
Yeah,
That
those are
happens.
important ones.
So 10. 10 slashing damage.
That was not
And
a
that
deep-
ends Hargrave's turn.
All right,
So
that brings
he-
it up to.
Moved to you
Mhm.
and pounced on you, so he's there. I left Shadow Doggo and the sword on the board, just in case you guys use them.
Holy shit! What the shit? Is that Hargraves?
Yep, that's him.
All right, and I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna run up behind him.
That is him.
And I'm
right?
gonna
I didn't
attempt
just
to-
lie.
No, that's him.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to grapple him in a chokehold.
Oh boy. We're gonna try to go down this route. I'm just saying, because grappling doesn't do anything.
Doesn't protect attacks. He gets 0 movement.
Reduces his speed to 0.
That's it.
That's true. All right, yeah, I'm gonna.
And then he becomes incapacitated, which means he cannot take actions or reactions.
Mhm.
That's it.
No, never mind.
Incapacitated
Sorry.
is
It
separate.
ends the grapple when he's incapacitated. So all you're doing is reducing his speed to 0.
No bother.
Do you know what? Yeah. I'll run up.
Just go for non-lethal. My
I'll
friend.
run up
Beat the
and
shit
can
out
I
of
like show? Can I?
Well, he's not grappling her. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
He's just standing there.
I'll run up right to him. And in giant, just. I'm the alpha here, and just smack him right in his fucking head with
Neckhead.
neck. I was going for a low hit. I don't know where I was going.
Nuts. You wanted to say nuts, didn't you?
I-
You wanted to say nuts, didn't you? Or nards.
Just hit him in the
There was
nuts.
an N there. Come on, dude.
All right,
You
I'm-
don't say I'm aiming low and then say
Yeah,
anything that starts with N,
Yeah, I'm coming up. I'm
other than me,
Could have been neat.
which is
You know what?
technically
You're
doesn't
right.
start
You're
with
right.
an N.
I run up. I'm trying to get his attention off Katarina. I'm giving him a swift kick in the dick.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right, so you run up behind him
Yep.
and kick him between the legs.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Recklessly, of course.
My brain thought of follow-up questions that I'm not gonna say. So.
You don't roll damage for unarmed strikes.
Do I still? I still roll a hit though, right?
Yeah, you still roll the hit. Yeah, just letting you know. You just do your strength and damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if your first.
Strength plus a rage.
No, it has to be with a
Right.
melee weapon attack.
Yeah.
For his
Yep.
first hit.
So my first hit might not hit. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
Ooh.
That's fine. I reach over and just kind of right across the face and try to sock him in the side of the head. Then.
Okay. So how much damage did you do on the first hit? 0, right?
0 because I didn't
Okay.
hit, right?
Yeah. 14. Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't hit.
19.
19 does hit.
All right, that does 9 damage.
9? Okay. 9?
Or 8 damage. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not as fun.
No, it is 9. I counted right.
Does
It's
your
9. I'm
strength
sorry.
modifier?
So it's 5. So your unarmed is 1 plus your strength, so 1 plus 6 plus rage of 3, which makes it 9. So 9 damage to the side of the head, just. And that will end my turn.
Okay.
I didn't want to write your whole name, so it's HG.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can I borrow some D4s? 6 of these.
Absolutely.
Rage. Oh. Andy, I don't know if you'll let me do it, but can I retroactively add Goading Strike in there? I don't need to add the damage, but just for him to make a Wisdom saving throw as a taunt, a part of the I'm the alpha here.
So that
If
he'll
not,
attack you.
It'll attack me rather than you. If not, it's fine. I can do it next turn. I just wanted to ask.
It's fine. I've got 32 whole hit points.
That's kind of why I basically I would add my superiority die to the roll, and it would be a DC 17
You,
whiz.
Oh, it's bringing
I have the wrong thing here. Hold on.
He's doing some stuff. The DM is doing some stuff, ladies
My
and
hands
gentlemen.
are sweaty.
And don't touch.
Arms is heavy. Oh, spaghetti.
Your arms are pretty weak, so it makes sense.
Damn. Well done.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, bro. Yeah, but mine are substantiated in reality. Right? I gotta be making sure.
I did damage with one of the claw attacks, correct?
Yes.
The answer to yours is going to be yes, you can.
Okay.
I also need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh no.
You'll be
Okay. If
So,
more werewolf.
if the damage matters, it's
Hold on.
additional.
20.
Got what?
Natural 20. I'm
Natural
good on
20?
that
Okay,
one.
good. Solid.
Thank God.
Yeah.
If I could roll more than a 5,
Sure would be useful. The damage won't matter. How much damage did you do from it?
So it'd be an additional 3.
Okay.
But I need a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Unfortunately, it's pretty alright at wisdom,
That's
being a
what I
blood hunter.
Worth a shot. Still a high enough number though, so low roll will do some stuff.
It's just me.
Is at least a blood hunter werewolf.
Rolled an 18.
It passes, so
Mhm.
nothing happens.
Okay.
Thank you. The next up will be Trin.
No, he's going to take a legendary action.
No!
If I die here, can I go back?
So you kick him. It turns around, faces you, looking down at you, and
Change perspective.
that acidic saliva just dripping out of its mouth and hitting the ground. The blood on its claws. You can smell the flesh and blood coming from his bite on Katarina. It literally just moves you aside, jumps over the top of you, and lands on the other side of Locke.
Oh, boo.
Oh.
Using a legendary action, provoking no attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
All right, that ends his legendary action.
Alright! Trin!
So Trin starts playing his guitar.
Frantically. If I strum the G chord fast enough.
Hargraves!
I said G chord.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And so I start
Don't
casting. I start casting
I
Dominate
get
Person against Hargraves.
The other G.
Okay.
And it's come you'll be, 'cause we're friends, you see. This ain't hell, you're here with me. So Hargraves, stay with me. As I cast Dominate Person on the werewolf.
What's its spell save DC?
Wisdom.
Does
18.
Dominate Person
18?
work on a werewolf?
It's a humanoid.
Humanoid is it?
Are werewolves humanoids?
They are humanoid. They're medium humanoids,
Nice.
actually.
Oh, good to
Yeah.
know.
Well, worked
Good
on
to
the
know.
one that our friend
Oh,
murdered.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
I don't know. Take the shot.
I'm gonna be like bleeding out on the floor. That was a really nice song, Trin. That was lovely.
That G chord really well.
so bad.
It's gonna pass with an 18.
Wait a minute.
Dang it! That's awesome.
We might have to apply more force.
God,
to this
you
thing.
need to do something. As I give you bargain break.
Nice.
And that ends my turn.
I might have to start.
All right. He uses another legendary action and uses his frenzy attack on Locke. So
Well,
he makes an attack with its claw.
Come on now. Oh.
26 to hit.
Fuck off!
I don't know if shield will help you. Sir.
It won't. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah, unless you already had an AC of 22.
So 17 slashing damage.
There's a wee bit of damage.
Ow.
How much was that?
17.
Can you be turned into a werewolf?
No, not really.
I was like Robo Werewolf.
Uh,
Cool.
So, he does this fucking acrobatics.
Yep. Yeah.
And I throw up my arms with the braces of defense and like hope for the best.
Yeah, that's the only thing that saves your life is the fact that you throw these magical items in front of you and his claws just rake straight through it. You can actually hear the metal screech as his claws like cut into this magic item and tear through it.
Yeah, my arms get thrown down, and I definitely go down with them, like one knee. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. All right. That ends its legendary action.
Lock.
Turn.
Return fire.
Yeah.
My This
Probably a good idea, man.
Probably a good idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with a magic missile
Nice.
at 4th level. My last 4th level spell.
Okay, I'm ready. Roll your damage.
What do we got?
Wow.
I guess we should start with the hammer because it's full.
Six is.
Yo, wait a minute.
So that's 18 force damage, and then as the bolts go, I'm gonna slap a
It was 18?
18. Yeah, 18 force. And then I'm gonna use a power surge on it as well to add another 6. So that'd be 24, right? Yeah, 24 force damage. So as he throws my arms down, I kind of just wave a hand across, and then the little bolts just start shooting out the palm, just like like I'm panicking and shooting a gun.
Yeah.
And then the extra force damage is one more, just bolt out of my other hand as I'm trying to like scoot back on the ground, just like shuffling backwards.
Gotcha.
Screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna actually try to move away from him. So I'm gonna move 30 feet straight back. And if you
Where
want
did our laser pointer go, anyways? 30
I
feet
don't
straight
know.
back or 30 feet
Like-
straight to you? Towards.
just straight back this way towards the wall.
You will take an attack of opportunity.
These are the things that happen.
So he, swipes at you with his claws. 23 to hit.
Mother. Okay.
So
Ow.
14 slashing.
Fuck.
Yeah, as you are peppering him with magic, it's just like cutting straight into him, slicing through him. You can see that the bolts are piercing right through his body and like coming out on the other side, leaving exit wounds. But he's just ignoring them and just focused solely on you. You just feel this scratch come straight across like the front chest through your arm. A bit of your arm plate comes off, exposing the mechanical parts underneath, and then you just dip backwards and roll your shoulder and run with the weight of it.
Hargraves, calm down. Ah.
Okay.
Who's that?
Boy,
Next up is Katarina.
smokes a little light.
What?
All right.
I love fog.
Okay.
Okay.
I also have dominate person, but I don't have I can't cast it because there was no sun.
All these moments of fuck.
All these moments of
Pretty-
planning.
Pretty much. Okay.
You son of a bitch, how dare you, sir? By the way,
Oh,
Oh, come on. You guys had to have known I didn't send her away and end that way without something coming
I didn't
back.
suspect shit.
Oh,
I'm gonna
come
be honest
on.
with you. I did the TLDR, didn't suspect shit. That just might be me.
Listen, you play dumb on D&D, but you're not.
I know, but I think it carries over sometimes, man.
It's Katarina's turn, correct?
Yes. She's
Yes.
thinking like.
Okay.
Did you want to summon your hound or anything else, or
Keep this.
move? Did you want to start by moving?
I'm gonna stay where I am behind Gondrick.
Okay.
And then I am going to, in an attempt to subdue him peacefully as possible, I'm going to cast Eye Bite.
Okay.
So you two that are right next to me will see my eyes kind of fill in inky black.
Oh, sorry. You need to make 2 DC 12 Constitution saving throws for me.
I'd rather not.
But you must.
Yeah. That looks real low to me.
That's real low.
Sun's getting real low there, bud.
They both fail.
They both fail.
Oh yeah.
From the corrupted tips of his claws, you have 2 infernal wounds. At the start of each of your turns, you take an additional 1d10 hit points of damage from each wound.
Do I have one of those, or was mine a different
You
thing?
passed yours.
Oh, okay. The one I failed is
Yeah.
a different one.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. Yeah, that was for the lycanthropy.
That's
so
the
I'm taking.
Oh,
Mhm.
so that is for me turning into a werewolf.
So I'm taking
Good
2d10.
shit.
Yeah.
2d10 starting your turn every turn.
1d10.
wounds.
You
He has
can
2 wounds.
take, with a wisdom medicine check,
Oh.
you can attempt to staunch the wound.
Yeah, I
It would be
help with
DC 12.
that. Hope you can help with that.
Probably. He probably has like remove curse or something.
So you'll take, at the beginning of your turn, you'll take 2d10
That or,
worth
like,
of damage
raise
unless
up
you
the
staunch
That
him.
put me down.
Okay.
In theory.
You all did get short rests, I will say that though. So anything that you benefited from on the short rest, you did get back.
That matters.
Oh yeah, if I can get hit points back. Did
Yeah.
I have a short rest, or was I doing stuff?
I was gonna say that you were doing stuff the whole time.
Okay,
She
that
was
makes
leading
sense.
you around the whole time, and you guys had to. There's some stuff we'll discuss.
That makes sense.
But
Yeah, you should take your short rest. Hit points.
Yeah. For sure.
you know what? Between
mean-
going to her court and meeting with Glacia, you could have probably pulled off an hour of a short rest, like the
Okay.
bare minimum. So that's fine.
Well, shit.
In that case.
Just to clarify, are we allowed to use Ulthion in this fight?
You're using the
Sure.
initiative.
Okay. I'm asking because I'm thinking about what he might do, because I already have an idea what I want to do, so just trying to think about it. Then second, would a lesser restoration have, since it's one condition, would it be able to clear one condition of lesser of the infernal thing?
No, I'm gonna stick with the it's not a condition that he's been given.
Okay, because yeah, it's
By
one condition
definition of the
or
rules
one
is written.
disease. Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
good.
neither of those.
Just wanted to ask that now before I tried to do it. Thank you. He doesn't have a little fucking spells.
Mhm.
He has fucking lay
All
on
right.
hands. What do you got for me?
So I'm still gonna
Oh,
do my
shit.
eye bite.
Okay.
And try to make him fall asleep.
Okay.
it.
So he has to make a wisdom saving throw. 17.
Wisdom 17.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gonna pass that. No
Oh
problem.
my god! He's passing his saves with no business.
Well, that was the
well,
best I
you
had.
made the character,
You bitch.
and then I threw some other stuff on top. Anyways,
Nice. All right, does
well,
that end your turn?
that was
Or
my big move.
All right.
So I think that's it for me.
all right. Well, Ulthion is going to.
You gotta RP his voice, man.
British accent.
British. I don't know if I can do like a nice one.
Come on, give
Well,
us-
this isn't good. I'm gonna run over to Locke. Use my action to lay on hands, and give him 25 health back. And as a bonus action, let the shield go and have it float over and give Katarina, as the shield hovers in front of her, beginning to offer her protection.
Okay.
I believe I can do that. So you get 25 health back. Because he still has 52 remaining. And how are we going to put it down?
Well, my thing didn't work.
And that'll end Elfion's turn. Bonus action. Got nothing else for you. I need to mark down that I use 25 because I can't update a sheet. Can you make a little note on your paper?
What did you say I got?
You have +2 to your AC. The shield now, he lets the shield go and it moves and begins rotating around you in a protective fashion.
Coolio. I'm back here.
For Alex, he needs 2. Because he's helping us in one hand and killing us in the other, so he needs to drink for 2.
Drinking for two.
now. Oh,
That'll end Ulfion's turn. It will then go to the top of the initiative for Hargraves.
It is 35 lay on hands left.
You're resistant to what? Fire, right? Fire and lightning?
Fire, cold, and poison.
Poison. Okay. And you're resistant to necrotic, right?
I'm not resistant to anything.
I don't think it's going to matter much.
I'm resistant to cold and poison.
I'm resistant to bad vibes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nice.
Is that Ulthion's turn?
Good vibes
Yes, it does.
only.
He's
Where
got-
do you move to?
Sorry, he moves in front of the two spellcasters right now. In
Like right here?
Yep, right there in front, turned around facing Hargraves. He does the heal in one hand, shield in the other, and he's just kind of braced with two hands on his sword, unsure of whether to begin hacking.
Okay. Then his turn?
Yes, it does, Hargraves.
Okay, last legendary action. He dashes like a shadow, disappearing and whiffing through the room, and ends up next to Trent.
Try to dominate.
Confronted with the horrors of my past.
Nice.
Yeah. As he dashes across the room and you lose sight of him, only for him to almost like in an anime fashion just like appear just right in front of you. Like you can actually see his maw moving, and you feel like you can hear the faint sounds of some rite being uttered.
All right. Top of the initiative, Hargraves.
So
Not his rights. You don't have any rights.
he roars and howls in your face, and he activates some sort of magical rite, and then he lunges forward towards you, claw going straight for your face.
Not my
So
face!
he makes
That's my best feature.
You.
no attacks because he has to use his action to activate his rite. So
Depends on the right.
okay, so takes barely any damage at all from that. So as he does, from his claws and his body, there is a thunderclap of power that erupts from him, and even like damages the stone underneath him and creates like this small circular indent where it's standing. All of his claw attacks now do thunder damage. Let's see. He gains back all of his legendary actions, and he is good to go. Yeah.
All right. Godric's turn. Godric fucking scrambles and runs after the goddamn werewolf, and gets behind him. Now, before I do anything, actually, on my way there, I look over to the left side of the room and that cage over there.
Uh-huh.
Would he fit, or is he too big?
He's too big. That cage was made for a normal humanoid.
Kind of figured. That's why I wanted to ask.
Not only that, but given the cage looks like it's made of just rusty, subpar steel, there's no way it's going to hold him regardless of his size.
Sorry about this. And as I just...
You running over there?
Yep, I raise my hand up mid-sprint. The hammer appears in my hand, and I just throw it at his back.
Okay. You moved 25 feet.
Okay, thank you. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
All right. Fucking pull it back again and throw it at his side again.
Are you actually throwing it, or are you saying...
Sorry, I threw it on the way. And
Okay, so it missed and it hit the wall.
it hit the wall, so I have to call back
Okay.
because I used call.
Yes.
So actually, no. I'll pull because I don't actually have. Because I can't pull it back, so because that's a bonus action. So I'll just pull the silver great axe out.
That was an adamantine great action.
No, I have an adamantine great sword and I have a silver great axe. Got both.
Okay. I'm going to let you have this one, but I don't think you can carry all those weapons at the same time.
Isn't one of them in the bag anyway?
No, we pulled them out.
That's why I'm asking. I'm pretty sure one of them was stuffed in the bag, and I'm pretty sure it was the silver one.
I pulled them both out. I pulled them out of the box previously, because I was going to try to magically enhance one.
That's
of them.
fine. I'm going to give you this one. You're going to have to choose what 2 weapons you're carrying, though, on your back
Because
from this point going forward.
25 to hit.
Oh, well, I guess you could have them both on there now because you don't have Gwendolyn anymore.
Yeah, I,
So that's
I
fine.
just have a
Okay.
hammer on my hip, and that's
That's
why
fine.
I did last time.
I forgot you don't have.
25 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
I forgot you don't have Gwendolyn anymore.
Solid nothing. 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will just say fuck it, and I'll use my Zealot Presence as I rear back and roar out as a draconic roar resonates through the room.
Mhm.
Everyone besides Hargraves now gains advantage on all attack rolls and saving throws until the end of my next turn. As you all feel almost invigorated by this roar, and that will end my turn. Trin.
So, do I take any damage from that bubble out that he did?
If you did, I would have asked you to.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
Mhm.
Alright.
So he takes a legendary action
Oh,
and
damn it!
he hits you with
Oh!
his claw.
Now he hits me! I shouldn't have asked. So, thanks for asking.
Alright. So we'll do that. We'll add this Hemocraft die.
Oh, does he look
So
like-
26 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits!
So you take 19 slashing damage, and then you take 8 thunder damage.
Ow! How much temporary health was that? Temp?
Temp? I didn't give you any temp.
Oh, you didn't give me any temp?
Mm.
No, I gave you advantage on attacks and saving throws.
Oh, attacks the same things.
All attacks and saving throws until the end of my next turn.
Ow!
Mm.
Ah! Oh,
So sorry. So sorry.
no! Oh! It hurts!
It hurts.
I bet it
It
does.
hurts so bad.
I bet it
It hurts
does.
so bad!
Okay.
Hargraves, this isn't you! Get a hold of yourself!
We feel so.
Oh, sorry. You took
connected.
psychic damage. Equal to not thunder. Sorry.
Oh, it still
Doesn't matter.
hurts! Still hurts real
But
bad.
just in your brain.
Yeah.
Oh, my brain! Oh, my brain! This is not my face. It's my brain.
That's less important when you're as pretty as Trin is.
Yeah, it is. A little bit. I can get by just being pretty. So it's Trin's turn.
Yeah. Now it's Trin's turn.
Now you can have your ass.
Hargraves, you gotta be under the effect of something. You gotta get a hold of yourself. As I start playing again, I'm like, stop magic, that's a no-no. Hargraves' mind is like a yo-yo. Stop magic, that's a no-no.
More frantic now.
Our Hargraves was not that way. As I cast Dispel Magic, thinking maybe he's under some sort of like mental magical effect that's making him act all crazy like this.
Okay.
Probably doesn't do anything.
That's a good fuck shot.
All right. You cast it at what, 3rd level?
Yes.
Okay.
Or no, 4th level.
4th level?
Tis the spell slot that I have, but it's a 3rd level. Doesn't gain anything. Wait, let's see. 4th level, you automatically end the effect of a spell on the target that spell's level is equal or less than. But if it's higher, I gotta make a DC roll. Would you like me to make a DC roll just in cases? That way you don't have to tell me if there's a thing or not. That way it's blind.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
They're... You dispel his right. So the thunder damage disappears off of his hands.
Oh no. Oh no, that means he is crazy! Everyone for themselves! Katarina, go! It's like, how close is Katarina? Close enough!
Close enough to yell and
Close
panic.
enough to get a bardic inspiration! Save yourself!
Fair enough.
Just take a D10. I'll throw.
A D10.
Pretend I'm throwing this at you. so-
Pretend I'm throwing it at
I
you.
caught it.
Oh my god, look at those reflexes.
Oh, jeez. My turn.
She wasn't named Katarina for no reason, huh?
My turn.
All right.
Oh, trouble in front.
So as you cast Dispel Magic in the right ends, there's a look of understanding and confusion about the magic being ended. And you can see Hargraves look at his claws for a moment, and then he just growls, this guttural low growl at you as he just bears down on you.
Somehow that doesn't make me feel better.
Not supposed to. It's supposed to terrify you.
Lord! Then it Locke's turn.
Mhm.
With Katarina on deck.
Oh boy.
Maybe right on both sides of those. So.
Well, that's why it's facing you.
Oh, it's for me.
It's us, but yeah.
For us. Okay.
For us.
You're right. I know how to read.
Actually, I'm using his legendary action at the end of that.
I don't think he wants to do that.
And he's going to jump over here.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
Here. Now okay.
Roll better. Roll better, Locke. I see what you rolled over it.
All right.
Did you pass?
Well, what?
Your
Pass
saving throws for your infernal wounds.
what? Oh,
You have advantage.
is it a saving throw every time?
Whoa. Oh, no, never mind. It's not a saving throw each time. You just take damage until you act on them.
Yeah, no, that was my
So-
skill.
Oh, that's 20.
Oh! Oh!
Well, I mean, we did the short rest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So-
Luckily.
You also gain
Ow.
25
Yeah.
health from.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
no, yeah, it's good.
I
Mhm.
specifically did 25. A
Yeah.
chance he
So you can
hurt
feel this infernal, like, corrupting magic just running through your gears and up to your soul automata. Just, you can actually feel, like, there's parts of you that feel like they're actually just starting to rust and not work at this point. It's just running through your body.
Nice. So as I'm raising this hand, or the arm that got injured, to cast the spell, it just goes limp. Oh, that's bad. And then the other one, I will magic missile at 2nd level, and that did.
Which reminds me, DC 12 Constitution saving throw. A
That
lot of
did-
saving throws I have to...
Yeah,
Yeah.
advantage.
17
save.
force damage.
I want to say.
You auto-fail, you mean,
You have
right?
an auto fail.
I have an auto fail?
You have an auto fail, and so does Justin.
Oh, I thought they were auto save.
No, they're auto-fails.
Oh, I fail.
You take 8.
Fuck.
17 force damage from the magic missiles.
17?
So, I hold out the other arm as my left arm goes limp, and the missiles arc around and hit him from a bunch of different angles. 4 to be specific, I guess. And he's right next to me again, which is not great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you unleash another torrent of magic missiles that just flutter around the room, striking through him. You do see him, like, react to the hits and like wobbles and loses a step for a moment, but stands right back up and turns and spins looking at each one of you. Katarina, Locke, and Boltheon.
Hargraves, you need to calm down.
Doesn't respond.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back to get, but I'm, I'm not gonna move really. Just
Okay. Gotcha. You start, like, shuffling backwards, like, very slowly, trying not to draw his attention too much.
let's see if this works. Calm down.
Calm down.
Sounds good. Hello, buddy.
if it'll hold off a dinosaur,
Yeah.
it'll do this.
He'll do this for sure. Come on, Blue. All right. Then your turn.
Shit, yeah. That's it.
All right.
Okay, so he uses his last legendary action,
Oh,
uses
good.
frenzy attack. He attacks everybody within 5 feet of him.
Ah!
So first attack on Ultion.
Mm-hmm.
I will use my reaction to mass shield all of us.
Okay. That covers what, everyone within
Everything within 10 feet of me.
10? Okay, that gets everybody.
So that will give us all +4. to our
So
AC.
it's a 15 to hit Ultion.
Oh, it does not hit him.
Katarina,
He has a 19 without a shield.
26 to hit.
Yeah.
Well,
No-
you're a 4 plus 2.
nothing-
Oh, you're at 17. I
Shit,
tried.
man.
So that's gonna
Nothing
be-
I can do about
That's
that.
going to be 9 slashing damage. I need a DC 12 Constitution saving throw from
You
you.
have advantage.
9 damage. Oh, I don't need the advantage. I pass. I'm
Gotcha.
good.
Okay. And then against Locke. 18 to hit.
I have an 18 right
Oh
now.
no.
Brutal. That's going to be 8. And then I need you to make another DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
You have advantage.
Good thing, too. Fuck!
That die is no good. You can't use that one.
Yeah, get rid of that one. That one will be the death of your character.
Just throw it away. Just throw it away
Just
now.
throw it away,
Don't put
throw
it
it
back with the others.
That's
Throw
one
it
of
away.
Justin's dice, right?
So-
Yeah, exactly.
So, with only one hand, the shield spell is just like fucking impotent, obviously.
Yeah,
Um,
It was a really good idea.
it's
Uh,
thoughtful.
damn, dude. Oh. And then as I hold out my hand to cast that spell, he just grabs my wrist and fucking, you hear it crack, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up.
Getting fucked up, guys. Getting fucked up.
This is not like the last fight.
You're saying we prematurely blew our magical load.
No. I'm saying, ow.
I'm saying this happens to everybody.
Look, I'm just a one and done. What can I say?
Give me some Gatorade and give me 5 minutes. Not as fun.
Fuck, man. So who's up, I guess? That was a legendary action
Yep.
and a reaction.
I believe it's Katarina.
All right. First of all, since he's right in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and do a shocking grasp.
You have advantage.
Sounds legit.
So I'm going to say, I'm sorry about this, Hargraves, but I'm not sure how to break you out of this. And that will be a natural 20.
Yes.
He's about to be electrocuted to
Hey,
death.
it's quite the shocking touch, let me tell you.
You're like, hey,
Oh.
listen, we came through with our end
And
of the bargain.
that's-
We saved you.
That's a really good damage roll, too.
Do it.
31 points
Hell yeah.
of lightning damage.
That's solid.
And then I'm going to quicken spell a 5th level sleep.
Oh,
A 5th level sleep, huh?
Yeah.
How many die is that?
11.
11?
11d8.
11d8. That's solid.
I feel like I should just
Hopefully
roll
it's
it on there so
sufficient.
I
What's-
don't have to add it up.
What's the maximum amount that you can roll? What,
88.
88? Okay.
Is it possible?
Roll. We'll find out.
No.
Seen a lot of ones come up there?
Maybe.
There are a couple.
Maybe.
He doesn't happen to have 31 or less hit points, does he?
He does not happen to have
Damn
that
it!
little.
Okay, it didn't work.
We'll try again later.
Yeah, he has 31 on top of the hundreds of other.
Wait, is sleep an area? Or is it target?
It's an area.
That starts with
It's an area, but it's I think.
But
it's,
it only affects creatures
Yeah.
that I want it
Oh
to.
yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's not gonna accidentally make you fall
That'd be hilarious.
asleep.
I can't anyway, but it would be.
That might be better,
hilarious.
dude.
Yeah.
That'd
If
be
you just
so-
lay down and pretend to be dead, that might be better for you.
Apparently, this is what
no.
you're supposed to do with werewolves.
Yeah.
They make you leave them alone.
Yeah,
Make
just-
them leave you alone.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, he's too wolfy to realize that you're still alive because you're just a robot. You know?
there's no heartbeat to listen for. It's just buzz.
He starts dragging you around like you're his favorite toy. You know?
Just
Put it
keeps
down.
you.
Just never lets go of this wrist. Just like drags me everywhere.
100 years later, you're like, I died. Thank God.
Okay, well, that's it for me. I tried to make him go to sleep. It didn't work.
All right. Well,
Hargraves on deck.
Hargraves on deck.
Oh, that's
Ulfion is
bad.
up. Well, Ulfion is just gonna, yes, fucking attack. Yep, Ulfion is just going to turn around, both hands on his longsword, and just. I guess we have to put him down as less violently as possible, so we can bring him up later.
Okay.
Striking in with a longsword.
Okay.
Eight? No, not even 13 to hit.
That's miss.
Yep. Well, just come back down and go for another strike.
Yeah.
Dang man.
24 to hit.
That's a hit.
8. Double check it doesn't have anything else going for it. Nope.
Smite.
12. I don't feel like I could subdue it with a smite.
Smite.
So we're just gonna fuck it, add the smite anyway. Hopefully he turns around and starts attacking Ulfion. We're gonna do a level 2 smite, which is
Clearly has at least 32.
that's
HP.
kind of what I thought about.
He's at least 32.
How many d8s is level 2? It's an additional d8 per spell, so it'd be 2 d8s, right?
For smite?
Yeah.
I believe it starts with 2d8,
Yeah.
and you get an additional d8.
Okay, so 2, so it'd be 4. Okay. So 12. 15, 16, 20. 24 points of damage.
24.
Not enough to put him to sleep.
Oh, I'm asleep. I want to be in the room when it happens. Euthanasia.
Yeah, I was there for my dog.
Oh, no. No, shut up.
Sad.
Yeah, I cried like a bitch.
Me too.
Only time I ever did cry. When my dog passed away.
Alright.
Those days it wasn't in man's nature to cry.
Get back in there, tear.
I like to say that's just masculinity leaking from my tear ducts.
Had too much.
I just had too much. Too much test.
Okay.
Some say I'm less of a man for loving my dog that much.
You are.
Just
I
in
say
time. I just
they
finished
don't
your
know what a
turn.
love like that feels like.
Yeah. Yes.
You smited though.
Did you not see my message? Because you just smited Hargraves, by the way.
So Matt,
What's
keep,
happening?
no,
You smited Hargraves.
Matt, do a quick recap to bring Justin up to speed.
Okay.
Hey Justin, it's good to see you, buddy. I missed you.
I miss you. I missed everybody but Frazier.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
can't call me that. We're not at work.
Oh,
I
missed
agree.
everybody but Mike.
There you go. I can accept that.
And whenever I think
Here,
Frasier,
that's
I think
it.
of the TV show.
That's
Dang
it,
it.
it's a mic.
Now I can't spread out.
No.
Thanks a lot.
You
So
fell.
Matt, bring him up to speed.
I don't have a bubble.
Okay, so we were waiting in the cellar, like we were.
Mhm.
Nervous about what might happen. Portal opens again. Katarina comes sprinting through, looking a little frazzled and scared, and then large werewolf follows her with claws dripping of black, inky, gross
Ichor.
badness. Fight ensues.
I also got bit and am turning into a werewolf. So.
A what?
True story.
True
Oh,
story.
failed
and
that
he has
saving
2
throw.
infernal wounds.
So whenever we can get
This
to
arm is
dealing with
basically
that.
bullshit, so.
I've
What
also
the?
used
Yeah.
25
Guys.
points of your lay on hands, and
Yeah,
she
so
currently
you-
has your shield,
I actually have
Okay.
3 infernal wounds.
giving you up to date what I don't.
You have
do.
3.
What is going
Yeah,
So
he
on?
has
I-
3.
Yeah.
So I have 3
You're
infernal
also
wounds.
last on the list because I rolled a natural 1 for you for your initiative.
I would have been last on the list had you rolled a 12, buddy.
It's true, you have a 0. I laughed.
Yeah, but needless to say, Katarina's been through hell.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Luckily, we did get short rests,
Yes.
so I haven't died.
Captain America.
Otherwise,
It's Captain America
would
Space
have.
Marine.
Well done, brother.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it.
America, brother.
Which would be which chapter exactly?
Brother America.
It's the freedom chapter.
Yeah, Freedom Chapter. Probably one of the Eagles or something.
Chapter
What are my
Libertas.
dice? What are you doing?
Libertas. That's a good one.
Oh, your D20's cursed. It's
Yeah,
failed
your
him many
D20's
saving
no
throws
good.
today.
All of them, in
Matt
fact.
has
Matt
cursed
touched
your
it.
D20.
You fucking
Natural 18.
bastard.
It's not the dice.
No,
Yeah.
it's
a
you.
Matt. Matt, have you
I
tried
understand that our characters don't like each other, but I thought we did.
Can you
Yeah.
roll that dice better, Matt?
Fucking.
Okay.
Have you tried adding more wrist motion to your die roll?
Yeah, you have to have attitude on the die roll.
Yeah.
You can't just drop it.
You have to believe when you roll it.
Yeah.
Well,
Believe.
I try to be as extremely agreeable as I possibly can at all times.
That was your first mistake.
I'm gentle with the dice.
Yeah.
Roll low. Roll low.
Matt, pick it up. Add
Get the fuck
add
out of
pizzazz.
here.
Add pizzazz. Do it with
Okay.
feeling. Yeah.
Have you tried bragging?
Mother-
attack?
What did I say, Matt? What did I
You know, this is actually probably a good time to take a break since
Wanna
Matt's
take a
gonna
break?
use the restroom. Yeah.
say? All right.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get a break. I just got here.
Oh
Give
my
us
Don't
god.
catch me up, so I'm not asking 100 questions.
It was the greatest show
me
of
and
all
Andy
time
spent,
until
what was it? We
wasn't.
spent
And
like,
like,
what,
what the
an
hell
hour and
happened?
40 minutes the other night just talking about the
Yeah, we did.
lore?
We did.
Like, me and him deep dive the lore, because I'm pretty comfortable knowledge-wise of it, and we just talked. Because we were talking about D&D.
Live.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
I kept
live.
talking because we're fine.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
fine.
If
we're
it
back.
doesn't- If it doesn't go live, we'll never go live because
Yeah.
these conversations are monstrous.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are. We were talking about the
So-
House of the Dragon one. So. Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's get back into
Fuck,
it.
we were killing Hargraves.
Shut
I mean,
up,
saving
It's
Hargraves.
Hargraves' turn, right? Because
Yeah,
Ultion's
yeah.
last,
Yes.
right?
Oberon's
Yes.
turn.
Yes,
and
I
then
had like, I
Hargraves'
just
turn.
finished your turn and gave you a shield.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So, Hargraves uses a multi-attack to do 3 attacks. He's going to...
Someday.
Use our reaction, my reaction to shield us, and it
Yeah, it's true, you did.
Didn't work.
all 3 attacks got through.
Oh my god.
One didn't hit you actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't
Ulthion
hit
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Ulthion.
right, I saved you.
Yeah,
so
it
he
didn't
didn't
hit
need
Ulthion.
it.
The
Because guy rolled a
tankiest
15,
of
he
us
has a
did
19.
not get it.
Turns
Yeah.
out the one with the most AC got the most benefit.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well,
Crazy.
and he rolled low to hit you. It was like a 15 to hit you, and then like a 26 to hit me and Locke.
Fucking way.
So,
Protected by the gods of absence.
yeah,
Can't be killed if I'm not here.
your dice
I
assassinated me.
disagree.
Oh. Okay. Okay. You wireless.
so let's see.
So this arm is bullshit.
Okay.
It's totally wounded.
Okay.
And I have a 3rd wound now, so yeah, if I take a hit here and then my turn starts, there's a high likelihood that I'm done. Also, you're a cleric. Do these infernal wounds kill me outright if I die from them?
He's not a cleric, but
You're
Yeah,
cleric
he's-
enough.
You're cleric adjacent.
cleric adjacent.
You've gone through cleric school. Just
Yeah.
because you changed your major doesn't change what you are.
You know how hard it was to change classes and keep all my skills in the same spot?
Yeah.
Took a lot of work. A lot of meta.
All right, so he makes 3 attacks, one against each of you, starting with a claw attack against your boy
Oh!
over there.
Oh! Put up the one hand with the bracers of defense.
Are you still benefiting from your mass shield?
It goes until the beginning
Beginning of your next turn, correct?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So that's going to be 19 to hit.
Motherfucker.
Okay, 1, I'd like everybody to remember, now that I am here, +5 to all your saving throws if you're within 10 feet of me.
18.
That would have
Sorry,
saved some
18
people's
to
lives,
8
but
still
we're
hits. I'm
Okay.
on an 18.
And then
Okay. So
Here we go,
I have a thing.
folks.
good. Do the thing. I know what you're gonna do.
I have a thing.
I put up the arm with the bracer just to cover my eyes because he can gouge them out apparently.
yeah, fair enough, dude.
Not many things can actually do damage to the metal, but this thing can.
I could kill him
So
outright,
12
but we
slashing?
probably don't want to do that.
And then
12
DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, look, to get another one.
You have advantage.
And-
Remember,
and a
pizzazz.
Mm-hmm. And a plus-
Pizzazz to that die.
Damn.
for con saving
Pizzazz!
throws. Yep.
That wasn't pizzazz.
Yeah, but that's
It's
okay.
above average at least.
I passed. Oh, thank goodness.
Solid.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You roll a 13 on the die.
It could have
Um,
been an 18.
claw attack against Katarina.
Pass is pass, bro. This is pass-fail situation. They call a doctor.
26
with
to
a
hit?
C, a doctor.
Yeah. I think you've rolled a 26 to hit me every single
Oh,
time.
I know that I must have like a bunch of dust accumulated on that side with the 17 because it just keeps coming up over and over and over again.
She's close
Um,
enough. I'm going to use my fighting initiate feat. I have interception, so I'm going to shoulder into that attack and reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 4.
Okay.
I spend my reaction to do it.
Okay.
Is that con?
Ooh.
I mean,
Can you balance another die on it?
yeah, you definitely could.
What die? What kind of die?
Another D10. Nope. Reroll
You
it.
can't. Okay, that's all right. It's still good. 11 less damage.
Cool.
Nice.
So you reduce it to 0.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, it still did hit though, so I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
You have advantage.
And a plus 5 to AC. Or plus 5 to it, sorry, not to AC. Oh, God.
26.
26, solid. Okay,
Yeah.
you pass.
Yeah. that was
And
really
then it uses its
Advantage plus 6.
bite attack against Ultheon.
Nom.
good.
You could be a
I'm
werewolf
gonna close your character
too.
sheet now. Good luck.
Thank you.
28 to hit.
There it is. Wait, I still have the shield on. Oh,
That's-
it still
That's a
hits.
plus 4.
It still hits. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if you had your shield. Wait, by the way, don't forget you don't have a shield right now.
Okay, so,
Your
okay.
AC
So
is
that's gonna
10
be
higher than mine.
10 piercing, and I need a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, of which you automatically fail based on the money spent.
The money spent?
Oh.
Yeah.
What money spent?
It was like
He
a month
has-
ago.
Yeah,
Robbie.
you have a
Robbie.
banked like
With
automatic
love.
fail save.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I
Okay.
got one.
Now
Okay.
we're both turning into werewolves.
I'm technically.
Nice.
Well, as a paladin, I am immune to diseases. I don't know.
It's a curse.
We've discussed this 100 times.
I like the fact he's like,
Whenever we
wait a
discuss
minute.
curses, the Lycam 3B is usually my go-to for an example of a
Yes.
curse.
And he
Okay.
never changes his mind about
Yeah,
it being
what?
a disease. What
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, I know. All these times.
Watching your brain process that was kind of funny.
I am, however, going to
As soon
use
as it came out, he's like, nope.
Alatrari's resilience on my armor to reduce the damage by a d10.
Okay.
D10 plus con.
He's like,
Oh, I'm a tank. I reduce damage on lots of things. You're so cool.
Okay. How much damage
we're just waiting for the
was I
wizard.
supposed to
It
take?
was 10.
Wizard, I make sure it's
10?
full.
Okay, I reduced it by 6.
Okay.
Hi, Sasha.
All right.
I missed you.
That ends
Whoa.
his turn. He gets all of his legendary actions back.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
boy. Well, at least the wounds won't take me down.
That's true. So as his, like, you go in to slice into him and block one claw attack,
Hello, son.
you go like dig into his neck, but there's this like magic resilience that just keeps him upright. And as he does that, he just bites straight at your arm, pulls into it. And you feel the teeth just dig into your skin, and as he pulls away, there's immediately like a loud thump, and you feel like your vision blurs for a moment, and then the scenery and all the your sensory starts to kind of heighten a little bit immediately afterwards.
The adrenaline.
Mhm.
About that.
All right, does that end Hargraves' turn?
It does.
All right, Godric would like to have his turn.
Would he?
Yes. I'm asking because you have legendary actions. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering. I'm asking.
Well, I have to wait till
With-
you take a turn.
With legendaries, yeah. You have to wait till you take
All right, well then I
So, Godric's the man.
fucking drop the silver great axe,
Mhm.
walk over, pick
That's
up.
a good idea because you're trying not to kill him.
Yep. I realize that. I walk over, I grab the hammer, and just kind of smack it in my hand and blunt enough. at his head.
Okay. Make an attack.
Sorry,
Yep.
it's just a Goliath-sized werewolf.
I will die.
Yeah, I'd actually say he's taller than Godric.
He's taller. He got bigger. 28 to hit.
That's a hit.
It's like a 10-foot-tall werewolf.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's like,
Well, when I
That
was
would be
playing-
so scary.
it's like a grizzly bear, but that thinks and is really angry.
Yeah.
When I was playing,
22 points of damage.
22?
10 of which is radiant. If that matters, all magical. And I'm going to begin...
That's a solid hit, dude. It fucking rocks him as he like stumbles backwards. And you can hear like bones shatter in his body, and you can see it slowly begin to start to heal, but it's night and barely healing him.
I'm running, jumping over the slab, running between the two, and then using my extra attack to make a grapple check.
Okay.
Opposed grapple.
Yep.
As I run up and kind of duck underneath them and reach both.
This is a
arms up.
solid grapple check. You know, you both have fucking advantage on strength checks.
Yep.
And then he has Blood Hunter stuff for him
Yep.
too.
Whoop-ha!
Ooh, that's a solid roll.
Before I add Trin's inspiration, I'm gonna say that I got a 27.
Well, you gotta add the inspiration or not.
I can add it after the roll, right?
after the roll. You can add it after the roll.
On attacks or any roll?
It's supposed to be.
That's a good point. I want to.
It's attacks. Let's see.
I mean, it's like.
Attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Okay.
After seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna add it anyway. Okay.
Mhm.
That's 30.
You want
30.
the biggest number you can, anyways, dude.
30. 30
30.
something. 30 something. 37.
Okay.
8.
So,
35. Thank you.
The trick is to
Okay.
breathe through your eyes.
With the attack.
that's true.
So unless he beats me, in which case then I get it back. But I'm assuming I have a good shot.
All right, now this Blood Hunter ability is gonna make the difference here.
27 plus, yeah.
Where did it go?
I just like hearing the number counting in combat, because someone at some point's always. That's worse than that 8.
28.
Yeah, I just grab
That
him.
was real close.
This is a beast of a strength.
Yeah, I
match.
grab him. I
Yeah.
begin pulling him out of combat from everybody.
Okay.
Because I still got some movement left. And I just. You're letting your rage consume you! Don't let it win! As I begin dragging him out of combat. I got fucking 4.
So
I got
it's half speed.
half? Okay,
Yes.
so I used 25 to get there,
Yep.
so I can move him 10 feet back.
Okay.
Because 25 leaves me with 20. 20 half is 10. I believe that's math, right? Maybe.
Hit.
Boom, as I just kind of.
So gnarling, growling, and snapping at you with his jaws, trying to pass on the curse.
Yep.
You kind of just drag him away from everybody else.
Someone smarter than me can figure this out. That'd be great.
Smart play. Smart play.
All right. With that, my inspiration to everyone and advantages on attack rolls fails. So sorry.
Okay. Making it Trin's turn.
So he uses a legendary action,
Yep.
and he attempts to bite Godric.
Yep.
Oh no, that's not good.
Did you channel divinity?
No, I
Okay,
have not touched
okay.
your channel divinity. I have touched 25 points of your lay on hands and a level 2
Smite.
spell.
Okay.
That's it. Everything else
I
has
don't
been
have any
normal.
level 2 spell slots used. I'm gonna mark one.
Yep, you should have one used. I can't edit your
You
character
didn't
sheet.
edit. Okay, so I need to. Okay.
Yeah, I
got it.
can't edit your character sheet
Got
from
it,
the
got
viewing
it, got
section.
it.
Ooh, that's gonna be close.
I'll tell you
Don't worry
later.
about
I'll tell you
it.
later.
Don't
Tell you
worry
later. Tell you later.
Okay.
Not important right now.
Is it something
18 to hit.
related?
Yeah, we can do tomorrow.
Nice.
No.
25 points?
Yes,
20 to hit.
Matt's been
Sorry.
20 to hit.
20 to hit. Yeah, you get it.
With the shield?
19. So 20 still gets in.
Well, he wouldn't benefit from it
No,
anymore.
no.
Oh, I wasn't within range.
Yeah.
I wasn't within. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's only within 10 feet of me.
It's mass shield.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like there's a bubble.
All right.
Mhm.
Kind of.
So that's
Save right.
13 piercing damage and a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
13 piercing.
Yep.
The way I can see it actually. is
13,
that come up
6.
Kind of a test of the foil. Just zap.
Okay. And then a DC 13 con.
14.
14.
Mhm.
Pass.
Okay.
I will then use my.
Oh, and I need a DC 12. Sorry. Oh wait, no, not from his bite. He didn't call you. He bit you. Never mind. That's fine.
All right. Well then, I'm going to use my draconic ability to do a reactionary attack.
Mhm.
I'm just going to headbutt him. Unarmed strike.
Okay. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Because literally, you're going to do 0 damage. I just want you to know that.
I'm not
He's a-
magical.
he's
You're
a
right.
werewolf.
You're right. My hammer does match. Yep. And my turn. Thank
Yeah.
you for the. I appreciate you.
Well, I mean, you can use your reactionary attack. You're grappling him. You can still technically hit him.
I don't have any weapons on him. Is the problem?
You already used your bonus action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's technically out of turn, and the hammer's on the floor, so I can't get it to fucking hit the guy.
I'm just making sure that I
Thank
understand
you.
the situation that you're in.
Yep.
But yeah, headbutting him is going to do 0 damage because he's immune to it.
Okay,
So-
that makes sense. Yeah, because it's not magical.
Yeah.
Even though I think my head is amazing, but
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So thematically, we can say you do it.
Yeah,
You do hit, you headbutt the shit out of him.
he
It's
bites
just-
me, and I just kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And he like, like thinks twice about his life for a second, but ultimately doesn't really
This is
do anything.
terrifying,
It's all
'cause-
superficial.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, you're
I'm kind of an in between.
Yeah.
Make
Oh,
me
that sort of
Trin's
stuff.
turn!
Trin!
Okay, Trin.
Katarina,
Has
you're on
failed
deck!
One of those,
I actually have a
one of those
actual-
evil mark things.
There's an E in there.
I take damage.
4.
You already said I'm immune to
Oh,
the
no,
curse.
not 4
so that's
damage.
I
enough.
feel like I just got about try to put him to sleep again now that he's taken.
Ow!
Yeah. Ow.
I mean, I can do it at a 4th level now, so
I cast.
Well, I can't actually go down. I would.
So can I treat that with just magical healing?
But
No.
then I'll be done.
You have to do
I can do it at 4th level.
DC 12 Wisdom Medicine check. Closes it.
So we've got
Oh,
decent.
no. Wisdom.
Oh, no,
medicine.
sorry. Yeah, magical healing works. Sorry.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
Get a hold of yourself, Trick! What? As I cast healing word on myself.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, and so I heal. Oh, I heal so much.
So much.
Oh my goodness, I heal 3 plus 5, so 8. So I heal for 8.
I believe. Yeah, nobody has any auto fail saving throws anymore. So.
No, that was just me and that guy over there.
You do have 1 luck. You and Justin both have a luck left apiece,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, precious luck. But for now, I'm gonna look over towards Hargraves wrestling with my friend Godric. Said, Hargraves, you gotta stop this! As I cast Phantasmal Force, and I go second, and I send all second waves.
Yeah, okay.
And in his mind, Phantasmal Forces, which take the form of cuffs and chains, bind themselves to his physical form.
Okay.
As he has to make the intelligence, because he's a dumb motherfucker, an intelligence save of 18.
Hey, that seems. How would you know that? Huh? How would you know
Well,
that?
Look at him. He's a raging
Historical
werewolf.
precedent.
Yeah.
Historical
I think
precedent.
yeah,
I like that
we just
a lot.
assume rage equals low intelligence.
Yeah, just look at you.
He's an
Ah.
Zinger.
God damn!
He's not a
Yeah.
I told you not to join in, damn it!
Yeah, he's not a sophisticated
Oh
man,
yeah,
he's
it's
an
also
animal.
roast Mike
So-
night.
There's been some damn good.
Oh yeah.
Greg has gone out of his way to say they.
I didn't even
DC
know it was
18,
roast
right?
Mike Night, and the first thing out of my mouth was I
18
didn't know
intelligence.
18 in.
Exactly.
He's
You
gonna
just-
fail
you
that.
Can feel it.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna
will.
use a legendary resistance. And he's gonna pass.
Ooh.
So he has 2 left.
Oh,
And my turn.
Shit.
Frustrated.
Oh,
and
no.
Luck.
Redouble your efforts. Do it again.
Yeah.
Luck. I need 3d10 damage, Mr. DM.
Gotcha.
How much?
Oh,
Sleep
so-
isn't a saving throw.
3d10.
So you can't
Infernal
auto-save
wounds.
against it. So
Yeah.
that's
24.
Ooh. Ooh, gross.
Owie.
Oh.
Oh no.
Now, you can feel your life, like your soul automata, being basically consumed by this infernal curse that's just rushing through your body, rusting your parts, and like parts of you are beginning to just come off and fall to the ground.
Yeah, so you guys are hearing
No,
some
parts.
clanging and dropping, like sounds like pots and pans.
Yeah.
As I'm falling apart, literally. God damn.
What do you got? What do we got?
I'm gonna.
Just all evocation.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. I like to hurt stuff.
I'm a wizard.
He blasts the pain away.
Yeah, he's not a wizard that goes, I'm learning. He's, I started blasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gimme.
You got it. Cheers. You need more?
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
You want more
What do you
D4s?
need?
I got him.
Yeah.
I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
More magic missiles because
It's a
they're
good
consistent.
Fair enough.
Oh my god, Matt. Once?
No. Don't worry. It's an okay.
It's an okay.
That you're saying
it's
it, which
an
makes me not
average.
believe you.
It is technically average.
Yeah.
Mm.
That
13.
13?
Yep. My last one was much better. I had a 7.
Sure.
All right. Okay. It's recorded. You can check it. Fuck you. So, I as I'm actually falling apart, I'm gonna raise up one hand and it's gonna kind of like screech, metal on metal, rusty. Yep. Hold out my hand, shoot out the 4 bolts. They're gonna go in direct, all in the same spot, just right at the base of his head.
How?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and paralyze him. Yeah.
Solid. All right.
He'll change form and it won't matter.
We hope.
We hope.
Whatever.
He just turns into an angry Goliath blood hunter. Anyways.
Yeah. And then I'm going to limp over. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna take a knee. Like, oh no.
There's a pew right there. You can sit down.
No, that
Yeah,
dude got
no, right, there's a bunch of
incinerated
them.
in our magic fight.
Oh, it probably is. Yeah, it's probably a barely. held
It
together
super
pew.
got destroyed.
Yeah.
There's bombs everywhere in that fight.
Yeah, stuff exploded. So the magic missiles just like start cutting through him, and Hargraves actually just like drops to the ground momentarily, and he's having a hard time. Like you can see the body trying to regenerate, but it's just not like keeping him together at this point.
Hargraves, come on out of it now. Your character, your responsibility.
Yeah, he looks right at Alex. Hargraves, stop!
Stop it. That ends my turn.
And Alex is like,
After-
oh, he's swinging.
who's
I'm
after-
like, you made the character.
Who's after the lock?
I am.
Katarina.
Katarina.
All right. He
I might get to
has
play tonight.
taken some damage. I'm gonna try sleep again,
Okay.
but 4th level this time.
Okay.
Is it higher or lower than last time?
Lower.
Lower.
Mm.
Okay, we can do this. We can do this.
All right.
Respectable.
Okay. $36.
36.
I rolled better with a 9 than with 11.
It's just so hard to gauge where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, on the metagaming side, it's hard to gauge it.
You drop to a knee. I think it's a good idea. Give it a shot. I mean,
No, it's definitely the right move. May or may not work. It's definitely the right move.
I can do it again next time.
it's true.
So you whisper a lullaby onto like the wisping air, and there's a very faint melody that plays in the room, and Hargraves looks and begins staring at Godric as he's like fighting with him, staring at it into his eyes, and then he begins to sniff the air and just boom, thud, hits the ground. dead asleep.
Okay.
Now
And
you
once
do
he's
it.
out, his body begins to shift and begins to shed his wolf form into these bloody sacks of skin and fur that just come off of him like sludge onto the ground and then just hiss and melt away on the stone, leaving him sleeping.
All right, he's only going to stay asleep for a minute.
Oh, well,
You have infernal wounds.
Locke slumps forward and just.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over and immediately lay on hands with Locke. You may not believe in my god, but I'll save you all the same.
So what's the minimum you have to do
25.
on 25?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal 25 hit points.
25? Okay, that's enough. I was gonna say 5 per infernal wound is fine. So whatever your bare minimum is.
You're ready.
Okay, yeah.
It's 5, right? That's like
It's 5 for like a disease, but he
Yeah,
can
right.
do as many.
So
as he
infernal
wants.
wounds just go away when they're healed.
yes.
Yeah, they're nasty until somebody can heal you. Any
Yes.
healing
Yeah.
gets rid of them.
Any heal,
Yeah.
magical healing.
Magical healing.
Magical
yes.
healing.
Yes.
Which is
Wow.
weird that one of the options it gives you is to do a medicine check to get rid of them, but whatever.
For an
But the
infernal wound,
medicine
it's really
check
weird.
only gets rid of one, right?
The technically magical healing only gets rid of one. It doesn't actually say it gets rid of all of them. Which is why I was like looking at the rules,
Interesting.
reading it, and trying
Yeah.
to make a
There's-
judgment
there's
call.
some-
Mhm.
there's
Which is why I was
differences
like,
there.
if he spends 5 per, that's fine. If he wants to do 15 and get rid of all 3 of them,
That
then
makes
that's
sense.
fine. No, I was like, I knew there was a number somewhere that I would consider the minimum. That's not 1. For
I gave him
some
25 hit
disease.
points, however much he
Yeah.
actually gets healed.
All 3 of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get 25 hit points back, and all 3 of your infernal wounds close.
I'm going to turn
good.
around and run over to the
It's good
cage.
because I had all 3 dice in my hand when he ran over there.
I know you're not a stupid DM. I was
I was
ready.
I picked him up, and then he was like, "Go over there and heal him." I'm like,
Anybody else got infernal wounds?
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to
You
the...
and I have werewolf disease. I mean,
I'm gonna
curse.
go over to the cage. I'm
Which, by the way, you can feel like the blood in your veins boiling, and like a fever is overcoming like each of you individually at this time.
So I'm like sweating.
Yeah.
Oh, Theon, I think that when he bit me, something happened.
It's not surprising. How long will he sleep?
40 more seconds.
Shh. I begin running to the cage behind me looking for shackles.
I reach into the bag of holding and I
I throw
toss
you
a,
a bench.
toss a rope over towards you.
I'm gonna go get
I begin-
some robes or something that he can wear and
Okay.
cover him.
Plenty of singed ones over here.
I'll try to find the most intact ones.
Less clothing based on his size at this point. There are some like
My vapor is
decorative like drapery and stuff that you can kind of just tear
That'll
down
work.
real quick and make him like a loincloth, basically.
I'm gonna bind his hands.
Make me a dex check to set the DC for the binding.
Just basic dexterity.
Mhm.
I don't know why I'm rolling advantage.
I don't know why you are either.
Ooh, solid 10.
Solid 10.
Solid 10.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of grab the chair in front of me, throw it down,
Mhm.
and kind of plop him in it and stay by his side, just in case if he flips out when he awakes.
Trin, I feel that he's going to be in a lot of anguish when he wakes up. Can you make him forget?
I don't think I can make him forget everything that he's experienced. Something short term, but for a day. Like, did you do something or say something that made him this way? It seemed almost fiendish.
I think that he's been this way the whole time.
Could he have transformed into this to survive? Kind of like instinct. He became the werewolf to survive.
That's what I assume is this is the best way that he could cope.
So with that, I can't do anything that long. It took something really special for the rest of you.
I'm gonna call back the hammer.
Hmm?
Kind of just spin it in my hand. Wait and see what happens.
So he's tied up, he's loinclothed, and he's sleeping.
Is there any visible marks, scars, or brands on his body?
On his body that you can see now. The wolf came out with a ton of scars. Missing patches of fur, disfigured body parts. But aside from that, Hargraves looks fine.
I know from reading the tales from Thalen that he was sensitive to pain and being hurt when he was in his wolf form. There was a couple instances where he even attacked some of his friends, not intentionally, but because of that bestial instinct you were talking about. Maybe he got so hurt it just got screwed up, but in his normal state, maybe he'll be, I don't know, as fine as you can be after going through something like this.
Is there a blood hunter place in this town, city?
I'm sure we could find some chapter.
They might be able to help him more than we can. Get him to familiar faces more than us.
Perhaps. My knowledge of their inner workings is quite sparse, but I believe they're a bit exclusionary. Just because he is a blood hunter doesn't mean he's one of them.
Goddamn hero of them, so we should do something.
I think we should stop feeling entitled based on our heroics. We've learned time and time again that that's not the case. I'm going to use my divine sensibility and just kind of peer into Hargraves' soul. Do I sense anything infernal there?
No.
It's possible that everything was temporary anyway.
Well,
his soul is... well, it looks better than yours.
At that, I actually,
I'll kneel down and kind of pat Hargraves on the chest.
as he says that, I put the hammer on my hip, kind of loop it in, keep it tight, not thinking I need it, trusting hopefully I'll
Keep it toy.
like a toy.
Toy. Yeah, your guys' fever isn't subsiding at all. It's getting worse, and there's like shivers and body aches now, and you're starting to feel like you're legitimately ill in some way.
Does anyone have wolfsbane? It's an herb.
I do not know.
No. It's not really useful for any kind of alchemy or spell casting.
Why? What is going on?
You look rather pale. Paler.
I'm sure we'll be fine, but
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down with my back against what I assume is like a cooler stone slab.
Fair
I
enough.
bet that feels great.
I'm picking up components.
I'm gonna kneel down in front of Katarina and start just bandaging her.
Her wound looks festering and rotten,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's dying. There's like a burning sensation on the actual wound itself, and it looks like a fierce sepsis.
There's not much I can do to this. It's a bit too unnatural.
Could we go to the church?
We could, but I mean, I distinctly remember one person just snapping the neck of the first werewolf they saw. Would you like a shot, by the way? And I'll just motion at Katarina.
And then I remember a conversation afterward where you informed me that was wrong and you could fix it. So fix it.
Sorry, I'm in pain.
I understand, but I learned from that. And I
You're
won't
right.
do it again.
You're right. Wolfsbane Church might help.
I mean, I can go to today. I could go see if I could get some wolfsbane. If me and Trent can go get some, or
Let's not leave us alone down here with Locke.
Locke.
Hmm?
Look over at Locke.
What?
You said Locke. Did you mean
Yes.
Hargraves?
No, Locke. If you two leave and Hargraves wakes, or we turn, Locke is dead.
I get it.
Lock us up. The cage is here.
Trust you to handle it.
That's true. Doors
Make
fall on
a
the
make a
sword.
history check there, Mr. Bard.
Mr. Bard.
Yeah.
Right, I'll do that.
The goblin's over there just like chasing some invisible line of thought.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
like, how do
by
I
the
work
way.
this into a witty song? Anyways,
9.
9?
9.
That was a very invisible thought.
+2.
The circumstances around it are a little bit strange, but ultimately, most people on average have till their first full moon before the curse sets in permanently. So there are alchemical remedies that can staunch it. Assuming this is the normal curse of a
Disease.
werewolf, the normal curse itself, it should be. Yeah, as long as this is running the normal course of affliction, it shouldn't have to worry about turning anytime soon. But normally the symptoms of a bite are pretty fierce, and they can be lethal, technically, but very rarely.
Well, you're gonna probably get symptoms, unless there's something strange about this. Have you ever had lycanthropy before? Does it feel different?
Only mild lycanthropy before, for fun.
No, Trin, I can't
Hargraves.
say I've had this before.
Where the werewolf's blood is like all over.
No, it disintegrated. It normally does after a while.
Buzzes out.
Yeah.
Well,
There is a family of elves on Eridor that genetically passed the lycanthrope gene, but they don't have the same violent urges. I have little to no experience with this.
well, it's not like we're not in the biggest city around with plenty of friends to the cause. Providing you don't, die before tomorrow, we can definitely find what you're needing.
As long as we don't run into the wrong Inquisitor.
Well, we just say, I'm a student and it's for research purposes.
We go right now, break into an alchemy shop, and see if they have something. And leave them a pile of gold for the repairs.
Fine. Well, if someone's breaking in somewhere, it should probably be me.
It's probably a good idea. You'll probably leave less of a hole.
Yes, and less of overall scene.
Also, if Hargraves decides to change, I might be able to hold him down for longer. He's very strong. I might be able to win again. I took everything I had
He's
Okay, well,
just to hold him.
he's back to normal now. We might not need to.
yeah, let's
Hopefully
not murder the friend we're
I
trying
didn't
to
say
save.
murder. I said hold
I
down.
wouldn't be surprised if he sleeps for a very long time, though.
I hope he does.
Why don't we head upstairs, wrap him in a blanket, and carry him to the same shop we're gonna break into?
Oh!
Why are we
Oh
breaking into
my
your
god!
shop?
Where are we?
Cornwall,
Where-
Specifically,
We're in the
Yep.
hideout of a cult.
we're in the mansion.
out of a cult. They gotta have some shit around here.
It's worth a check.
Well, then begin looking.
I will. As I run up the stairs.
I just look down. Thank you, Thrin.
Okay.
I'll
Make
be
me
here.
an investigation check. See, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Well, you're not great at the history checks.
I'm
I'm just
definitely,
saying, dude.
but I'm lucky.
I was about to say, do you want to inspire? Or you can roll luck after.
Bards can't inspire themselves.
Oh, sorry, my board was bullshit. Never mind.
Yeah,
He said Bards
Are you
can't inspire
fucking kidding me?
themselves, and I
10.
immediately pictured Robin Williams and got sad.
Aw.
What'd you get?
10.
Oh,
10?
it's fucked up.
Sad because he killed himself at one.
The lady of the manor does have a alchemical components, not like laboratory, but a stash of various stuff needed for basic magic, not even ritual magic, attached to worshiping the devil in any way. But it's not a lot, and Wolfbane is one of the things that's not there.
Damn it! And throw it on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, looks like I'm going shopping! Scamper.
Right, well, if he's going shopping, perhaps I go as well. Don't feel well, but we need to get into a church.
At that point, we should just all go. Whoever said to put a cloth on him and walk him was probably right.
The last thing he needs to do is wake up alone.
All right, I will go grab something to cover more of it.
Surrounded by corpse murder.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, this
Is
one's
he still
fucked
in
up.
hell?
I'm gonna go find a bigger tapestry and tear it off.
I walk over to you and just tap on your bicep,
Mm.
and then point at the very big Goliath, and then show you my small bicep.
Yeah.
Why don't you carry him up first? I'll find the blanket.
Right. Like I said, that we're underneath a home. There's probably blankets or clothes. Well, you caught half of what I said, but the other half was important too.
Sorry, I'm
I'm
just
not
so
sure
used
if
to
these very human clothes will fit him.
I'm just really used to you talking and me ignoring you. I'm sorry.
Godric's
I go-
not the best with object permanence. We're here in a dungeon that's all that exists.
All right, Godric, we're gonna go upstairs. Pick up Hargraves and let's go.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you for being clear.
Thank you.
You take him upstairs and you just put him in one of the, 3 bedrooms that are inside the home.
Are we taking him or keeping him? What's the plan?
Well, Trent already scurried off,
All right. I'm gonna grab a chair.
so he's gonna come back here.
Yeah.
The telepathic bond is gone now,
When I say we wait, because he knows we're here.
and he didn't wait to get another.
It's fine. I just,
I'm gonna try to follow Trent out. He's ahead of me. If I can see him on the street when I get out there, I'll follow him. But otherwise,
Okay. I'm gonna assume Trent took off as soon as he realized there was no Wolfsbane there and just was gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
going like a
No,
summer
yeah,
night.
you open up the front door, head out into the street, but you don't see him at all. You can just faintly pick up the patter of feet, probably at just outside of losing
I
the ability to hold on
I
to
don't
it.
feel well enough
In
at
an,
all to
echo-
chase him
Yeah.
down.
in an
Yeah.
echoey street. Who
Yeah,
knows
exactly.
where the
It's
hell he is.
it's morning though.
No, I mean you guys got there not even close. It's still before midnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you guys slept
waited-
and rested. You're right.
Yeah.
It is almost it's morning
Okay.
at this point.
Like sunrise or so.
Yeah, it's like first crack of dawn, just barely bringing him. You get that blue
Mm-hmm.
over the mountains, like just starting.
Okay. Somehow light dark.
Yeah,
Okay.
some light dark.
I'm
We're in the
just gonna sit on the steps at the front door then.
So, we make our way up. I'm gonna grab a towel or rag and brush off the corrosion, rust. Now that it's loose from the healing, throw that to the floor. Grab another one and
It
hand
was.
Thanks.
It's so cute.
Hand
A
it
little
to,
mouse sneezing in the corner.
hand it to Katarina. I hand
Tara.
the rag over to Katarina. Go. You aren't looking great.
I think I feel even worse.
Here for the sweat. I'll try and find some cold water.
Thank you. That's very much appreciated.
So I'll search and see if there's a basin or a barrel that's with cool water in a closet somewhere.
Well, there's no. You don't find any water or anything inside the manor. There is a. Say in the backyard, there's a an artesian well out back in the courtyard underneath a a covering.
Okay.
You can draw some cool water from there.
Yeah. Before I walked out, I grabbed water skin that you probably have in a bag.
There's
I bring that back to you. Cool off if you can.
Thank you.
Do you want to lie down? There's some other beds. I can probably grab a mattress if we want to be near each other. Or you can just pass out in the bed.
The floor is nice and cool. I'm just gonna stay here.
Godric, can I have your water skin, please? I go and fill it again at the same fountain. And I walk out the front door, just over your shoulder
lock.
as you're sitting. Place it right there. Keep yourself cool.
Thank you.
Try to keep the fever down. Your face is getting paler.
Impossible. I'm feeling fine. Just like it's...
There are beds upstairs. Trin will be back. Come on.
I'll wait here to greet whoever comes running. No, I won't.
You're gonna pass out.
Can you hold me? Let's go.
In your cold, steely embrace.
I'm not.
He's like,
I'm not a great hug, but I
You're
guess
cold.
Yeah, I would be cool.
I'll let you walk me in.
Okay. Yeah. So, got him over my shoulder. I set him down on the floor, kind of sitting with Katarina.
Nice meeting you here.
I know this won't actually help, but I uncork a potion of
noise.
uncork a potion of healing.
Ooh,
Each of you drink half. It'll maybe ease the pains.
I do so.
It's a little helpful.
Yeah, it feels better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now would be the time to get some sleep as well.
Get some rest. I can stay awake and watch.
Your symptoms will only get worse.
It'll burn through me, I'll be fine. Latrari didn't bless me just to watch me turn into some monster.
Maybe not. Alright, don't sleep.
So, Trin,
Oh, sorry.
you head straight down the street to the last place that you remember seeing any form of good shops and magic shops, of which there are plenty, considering the lady seemed to live in the actual college quarter of the magic school of magic. It's still so early though that there isn't anybody open. Nobody has actually opened their shop doors. So you go from door to door knocking on them until someone responds to your panic shouts for assistance through the doors. You end up at the steps of Celoris Arcana. And it's this very unassuming shop with a mage seal from the Circle of Mirrors in Rivergate. It's just another plain half-timber building with this clean white stucco, but it has this purple shingled roof. With this deep red door that has these fayish designs with this gold inlay on the front. And the door opens. And a human wearing a wizard's hat opens the door. This fairly young looking wizard kind of just peers out, looks down at you, and what are you doing so early in the morning?
Oh,
How can I help you?
I'm terribly sorry. My name is Bridger Bradger. I'm one of the students here, an acolyte, and I'm desperate. I have a paper that's late on the magical properties and components of of a certain herb, wolfsbane, that is, and my papers due later today, and if I don't get your help, sir, I may fail. I might get kicked out. My sponsor, they'll be furious. As I have taken the form of a gnome.
No.
So he opens up the door, walks towards you with this smile, looks at you incredulously, stands up. Someone you know was bitten by a werewolf, weren't they?
By heavens, I don't know which. Are you cool, bro?
He just... Come on inside.
Oh,
I assume they were bitten very recently. We'd be having a very different discussion about this.
oh, you tell them they're not friendly, and they just think it's a cute little puppy, and mistakes happen. But I'd like for them to live to learn from their mistakes.
All right, well, let's go inside and get some wolfsbane. And he
Oh, you are a
steps
lifesaver.
aside so that you can go into the store.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. You're 2 lives, in fact. It was quite the accident.
So, as you walk through, there's like a very light sort of chime sound that goes off. The interior is very well lit, has these hanging magical lanterns that are just not attached to anything. They're just hanging in the air above the main room. It's clean and organized. The shop smells of like roses, and there's a gentle, very low harp melody that's playing, but you don't see any sights of an instrument or a player in the room at all. Many of the shelves have locked cases and display a variety of different arcane focuses, potions, magical components. The main shop floor has like a segregated section when you come in. It seems for reading books and tomes that he has on sale and on display. A set of stairs come up to an additional raised mezzanine catwalk above that main floor. And it appears to be a large deposit of like shelved scrolls that are on shelved and organized and just books. You also happen to see about 5 or 6 goblins in the store who are working on organizing and cleaning and sweeping the floors. So he just motions you to follow him.
He's cool, bro.
He's like, well, follow me then.
Oh my, this is
Goes over to a shelf,
quite the pleasant
some
establishment.
reading. The wolfsbane. How much are we needing here?
Enough for 2.
2.
Oh, what is that, 3 ounces? I know I've read it in a book somewhere. Maybe a binding agent.
You've
or
done a
2?
lot of reading, but not a lot of learning. Alright, 2 doses it is.
Great line.
Pulls out the bottles, divvies it out, takes it over to a table, pours some of it out, and starts sifting through it. Oh, this is mulch. We don't need that. Ah, here we are. The stems of themselves. A bit of the flowering. There, let me crush it up. Puts it into a bowl and starts grinding it. Takes it, pours it out carefully with some solvent. Spins it, and when he does, this liquid kind of turns this greenish, like thick sort of liquor. But out of it sprouts like this new flower of wolfsbane inside the container. It says, here, have them drink these.
Oh my, thank you. How much do I owe you for this?
I won't be charging you for this. Consider this a public service. We don't need any werewolves running around the city streets.
That's fair.
Well, I appreciate that, but I can't let this go unrewarded, so I'm a friend to the cause, and if you need it, how about we say I owe you a favor?
You want to owe a wizard a favor? I can live with that.
Proportional, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
He just
No-
kind of adjusts his hat and winks at you. Of course.
And your name was again, sir?
Soloris.
Soloris. Okay. Oh, so you're in fact the proprietor. Well, Oh, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much.
Mhm. Absolutely.
As I leave before he changes his mind.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I hop, skip, and trot down the road.
All right. So, about an hour later, Trin comes back, coming through the up to the front door. Yeah, yeah. Katarina and
Your
and
second
Oltheon
only
are
character.
Yeah.
Done.
Katarina and Oltheon are chewing on Godric, just nomming him. Yeah.
They're not interested. I'm immune to the curse.
Yeah.
So now I observe.
Yeah.
So now I observe.
You're like, yeah, well, this is my life now.
Doesn't really
anyways.
seem like any of my business.
Pulls his eye out. Do want to watch them?
You're in luck. I found a gentleman who seemed to be an authority on the matter. Definitely trustworthy. Nothing questionable remotely about his character. As I walk up, I'm like, you need to drink. And I swap them from hand to hand. Okay, here, drink those.
Wait, first.
Well, you gotta swallow the flower. It's like those liquors that have bugs in them.
Understandable. Wolfsbane is still quite poisonous. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's not going to taste good going down.
I'm gonna add my own little pizzazz to the potions. I'll set them both down and prepare a small ritual and cast protection.
Take your time, Oltheon.
Are you sure you should do that? That's not exactly
It's
alchemy.
it's a curse. The potions themselves, well, the way I understand it at least is there needs to be a magical reagent,
I'm just saying.
and if there is one in the potion, it will absorb the residuals from my prayer.
Well, if you mess it up and you turn into dogs, it's not my fault.
Rather be a were-dog than a werewolf.
He's going to turn into a were-corgi for messing with it.
The big ol' ears, because I'm an elf.
And the heart butts.
Yeah.
How'd you know I got that tattoo?
Tell us about it.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick holy ritual, a prayer, and I'll also cast protection from evil on the potions. And
yeah,
it's going to taste well. Doesn't matter. I'll drink mine.
Same.
That looks delicious.
I'd rather have
So the worst part is chewing the wolfsbane stem. And the
Next
flower.
time you can get bitten and have your own.
But you don't start to feel better immediately, and you just get more nauseous and then tired after drinking it.
Well, I don't have to drink it, but I do happen to owe a favor to a powerful wizard.
That never works out well. Just imagine the shit I've been through because of Locke.
He was plenty nice.
We'll just have
Believe me, I could tell.
Sorry, it's been a while since I poked fun at you. I felt it was time.
We'll just have to hope it helps. But for now, either we leave or
Oh, we can have a mansion free of rent. No one's showing up and killed them all.
This is a bad point. I'm gonna go lock the door.
Have you seen upstairs? Pretty swanky.
This place needs to be burned to the
you're
ground.
going to go lock the door that you burst through. You're going to go barricade the door.
Did I kick the door in? No, the door
Honestly.
put me on my ass.
Don't. Oh, no, that was the other one.
Yes, the front door I can still close. I
Right.
think. If not, I'm just gonna come back sad. I'm gonna attempt to shut and lock the door.
It's been a long night.
If I remember correctly, you busted through the front door.
Oh yeah,
Godric comes back
like
in.
a freight train.
The door was broken.
You picked it up and you just set it there.
I just want that to
Basically.
be a Godric meme so bad. Him walking in from the other rooms being like, I broke the door again.
Yeah.
I broke the door again. I put the door where it's supposed to go, but it definitely looks like someone has been in here. We should leave.
Katarina's already out.
Yeah. There's a little bit, just a little bit. She's already sleeping. She's out.
I'm gonna walk over and grab fucking, put the blanket over and wrap him a little bit better and grab Hargraves and just walk over and grab Katarina up. All right, it's time to go back to somewhere. Where are we going?
Well,
It's still dark outside.
Perfect time to continue walking. Where are we going? Hey, we have inns. When are we sleeping at the? Where are we sleeping?
we have rooms
Well, let's go there.
at the Silver Dilver Fox.
Ivory Fox.
Ivory Silver
You're
Fox.
asleep. Don't help him.
The Ivory Fox.
All right.
Perhaps we stay here for the night.
The door's broken. Someone's going to see. And we'll be sleeping where people are dead. We should move.
Don't you have a mending spell?
Come on.
It's a
No, I
basic
do.
spell. Oh.
I do!
Right, Tren. Sorry.
Sorry,
We hear you.
So are you gonna go fix the door?
Well, I suppose I could. No one ever assumes I can do anything.
Is there any way, Tren, you can speak quieter than Godric?
I suppose I should. Walk away and start mending the door.
I plop Hargraves down and kind of push a pillow under his head, and I steal one and I put Katarina on a pillow.
Takes you like 20 minutes, but sure, yeah, you can mend the door, the hinges, and the splintered wood.
As when I go to do it, I minor illusion myself to look like a dwarf. Fixing a door, fixing a door.
We hear it echoing up.
That's what doors are for. Fixing doors, fixing doors. Door's not broke no more.
That was really catchy. And I'm pretty sure if a dwarf heard that, he would be
It's a
both
real
happy
rhythmic,
and
like,
pissed
casting
off.
of spells.
That's in Legendary Action Disney Edition.
Yeah.
I
Lock perks up.
And copyright.
Hi, ho,
All right.
drop it low to the flow.
I'm gonna go grab some extra. I'm gonna grab some extra pillows from around
It's
home.
satire. It's fair use.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk around, grab some extra pillows. I'm gonna throw a couple at Lothion.
Well, Theo.
Lol, Theo.
Yeah, he's on the floor. He's Lothion.
Lothion.
He's low.
Low.
You need a nap, friend.
I throw a pillow.
I
Lothion.
grumpily glare at you, but when you turn away, I totally use the pillows.
Just rest.
Yeah, because
Meditate.
fuck Katarina.
I find a recliner and drag it up.
Okay.
Plop down in it, and I relax and stay on watch.
I go to the master bedroom.
Ah.
Yeah.
Sweet bed.
That's where I thought we were going, but
And the
Godric says we're
lady's husband
sleeping
is in
here.
there
Yeah.
just waking
I
up
tried
for
to
the
carry-
morning.
I tried to-
Oh,
When you guys wake up, he's gonna come out of there with this fucking nightgown that's just way too big for him and dragging on the floor.
Definitely open.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I said we could go back to our feather beds, but somebody wanted to fix the door.
Well, let's not have the werewolf wake up and trash the ivory fox.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Have them trash the manor where people are dead. People are in it. All right.
The master bedroom is exquisite and loaded with beautiful handcrafted furniture, drapes, privacy drapes over the beds. She's got this huge painting of the royal family in the room.
A woman of culture and sophistication. And cults.
Cults and culture.
Close to my
Culture.
heart. So, I'm gonna make myself.
She's cold to your heart. All right.
I say a prayer to Alatrari through my symbol, and actually regain the use of some of my spell slots, just in case.
I'm out. If there's another combat,
Yeah.
I'm not in it.
Yeah.
There's like no.
She's like a little bit of sleep spell on myself. Anyways.
Bravely,
Like, all right,
we
Terry,
ran
roll
away.
initiative. Nah.
Yeah.
I have the utmost trust in our friend Hargraves, not
I'm gonna stay on watch and listen for people to wake up. And watch Hargraves.
Don't.
So you're just not going to get a long
Hey.
rest?
Get some sleep.
I'm not gonna get a long rest.
All right. Godric stays up.
Locke needs to learn the alarm
Till morning.
spell and have like a red light that goes off.
I mean,
Have to go.
he is awake. He could just
Yeah.
Well,
yell,
but
and
he
then.
needs to-
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'll spend some stuff, but I'm as a whole pretty kind of
Yeah,
like okay.
yeah, that's fine. One level of, exhaustion is only disadvantage on all ability checks.
Exactly. That's like I'm
Whatever.
tired.
You never have
That
to
just
make
evens
those.
you out on the rage.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
He's so tired, his rage is like,
No, when he
The
gets
whole-
tired, he
Yeah.
rages
at-
easier.
It's DC 11.
DC 11?
Constitution.
Pass.
That's fine.
You did.
6.
That's fine. Now do that for
26.
every hour that you're going to be up. And the DC goes up by 1 hour for each one.
26.
You got this.
Past
What do you
8.
got? A plus 11?
Plus 5 to all your saves if you're within 10 feet of me.
Oh, there
I
you
just
go.
get closer to Ulfi.
I don't think it works for this, but
He's meditating. His aura,
I definitely
his
forgot
aura
to-
is only on like half capacity.
Yeah, I think it has to be like.
You get plus 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5.
I have to be awake. I'm not exactly inspiring when I'm snoring. When
If
I'm
it's
sitting-
every,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say,
Put my fa-
I
put
gotta-
my
Honestly,
face
honestly,
on.
take this moment to appreciate that he's actually asleep.
I definitely got. I definitely
Yeah.
got. I mean, I'm just saying, I got.
As an elf, yeah.
I slept on a slab of death. It was great. But yeah, no. If it's a con save for every hour, I stay up the first time and go. It's fine.
It is.
I go back to bed.
How about you just stay up till you fail, and then like when you fail, that's you dozing off.
Fuck it. Now I'm curious. I want to see how long I could last. Pass.
Again, you know that getting an 8 hours sleep only removes 1 level of exhaustion, right?
At 2 hours is nothing. I'm going to bed.
It's-
Now I'm rolling for my own self to see how long I'd last.
Not boo.
I
So
will
it
pass.
doesn't count. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't count.
That's like asking the DM, what would have happened if I had gone in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like,
You don't get to know.
it's like
I
the
just
Marvel
found
what
out.
if of D&D. You know?
I will.
Great watcher.
I will sit on the floor with my back against the door.
You have a sentry right here.
Floor door. Floor door.
Yeah, but he's like defective, so.
No, he's not.
Mind
You
you,
could
You're not
Right.
supposed to
You
use
could
that
go
word
right.
anymore.
My eyes go red and I
Warforged find it
kill all of them.
offensive.
See, I told you.
Okay.
I'll never have a better
Is there anything else
opportunity.
anybody needs to do before they rest? Basically, get a long night's rest.
No, I mean Hargraves is still bound. I'll undo the
Oh.
bindings and rebind him on his front, so he's less
Okay.
like uncomfortable.
I do.
You
I
sound
do.
so defeated in your giant closed curtain bed that has to be comfortable as shit.
He's like in a.
It's like a
he's like in
huge
an
ocean,
ocean
yeah.
of comfort.
Yeah.
I
It
see.
just sinks into the blankets.
I see Troy in the center of the bed
What a
going,
rough
"Yeah, yo!"
day.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. What? Wait! He's asleep! And I hop up, and I run over half naked to my bag. And I reach into my bag.
And his Encowlin silk fucking
Yeah.
garments.
I reach into my bag, and I sit down. With my hand full of sand. As I start chanting some dark rituals.
Nice.
Oh.
He's casting.
Also, we're doing this now. Okay.
Well, we don't
Wolfgang
have
gets
to
a
do
chill and he
it.
pulls
We
the
don't have to
blanket
do
over.
it right now. I start casting some dark rituals. As I cast Dream, so I can see what state
Oh.
Mason's mind is in.
Nice.
Oh.
As I sit and I start spreading the sands of fate around, and I chant
Sands of Fate, you gotta pay a big dollar.
the
to get
sands of
that.
fate. It's just average sand, but it's the sands of fate.
I believe really hard.
I see a chart that's the sands of fate. It's a normal
You
chart.
just label it. No one knows any
It's
different.
really
Shut up.
badly stitched, like sands of the D is backwards because you did it when you were a kid.
Like the Sandlot.
Yeah.
Shut up. As I spread them around, and I start repeating Hargraves, Mason, Hargraves, as I focus.
Yeah.
And I try to project myself into his dream.
His dreams are of him training to become a blood hunter. And getting glimpses of all the trials that he was put through and how he was broken in mind and spirit in order to be rebuilt in order to go through the rituals necessary to become a blood hunter. And you see all of the terrible forms of blood magic and rituals that he had to endure as they broke down his body and reshaped it into something that was far less than humanoid. And what he's left with is just pain and anguish and a deep-seated resentment towards the Blunt Hunters and the Order for taking him as he was a child to become one of them.
Well, at least it's not visions of hell torture. I guess. Maybe. And so, in his dream, I adjust my appearance to become almost like this celestial, angelic light. And then I appear before him as he's, reflecting on everything that he's been through. And I say to him in a godly voice, Mason Hargraves, you have been through great trials, young warrior. I have seen your tribulations and your torments, and I know you have many more that you have experienced. That in mind, you should know that your journey is coming to an end. The battles that you faced through hell, the survival, you've made it past the precipice. And now you can go to find your own life, moving beyond the horrors of your past. And so I just kind of pass that message, and then it goes from a bright light in front of him to a small bead, and then just vanishes out of nothing as I try and implant this subconscious message.
Okay.
To give him permission, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. And then I let the spell fade, hoping, I don't know, has some sort of impact.
All right.
And with that, I delicately put the sands of destiny away.
That was the Sands of Fate.
Sands of Fate.
Now that the Sands of Destiny. They can be something different every time.
Sands of everything. Now he's like,
Next they'll be the Sands of Infinity.
Pocket sand.
That's the thing about fate and destiny. It's whatever you need it to be at the time it is.
Fair enough.
And then I put it away and kind of shrug it off, thinking maybe I did something right. And maybe taking the deal and all that was worth it. And I go to bed.
Right.
I'm just hovering over this long rest button. Just wondering if I can.
Yeah, just why? Every time you do it, breaks your character sheet on D&D anyways.
It does. Lose 3 levels, become a null for some reason. It's just all over the place.
You're like, whatever, D&D Beyond. I guess I'm playing whatever you feel like today in this roulette table of races and class features.
Yeah.
Just become an amalgamation of 18 different classes. You're like, look at this. I have Second Wind, and then I have Arcane Recovery, and Wild Shape. Interesting.
Where did his wings come from?
And I'm a Fallen Asmar? Alright. The night, or the day I should say, passes without incident. You eventually all awake, getting the best rest that you can, which we're going to qualify as a long rest, but it's definitely less than 8 hours. It's about 5 or 6 hours of sleep.
That's not really.
Gets you in the middle of the day. You're woken to the sounds of street vendors and people walking through the streets nearby. Sounds of carriages rolling across the cobblestone, and students boasting loudly about their magical feats as they head to the college for classes.
I look over, is Hargraves still passed out?
Yeah.
He's gonna be out for a while, I bet.
He's still out.
Well then, what is the plan? Are we heading back to the Fox, or what?
Did you know you snore?
You said
Heading back to the what? Exactly.
you said Fox, right? I think your Godric accent got the better of you on that one, dude. You did say Fox though, right?
I swear to God!
Okay.
I dropped Ivory and went to Fox
Yeah.
We're going to the Ivory Fox.
Now I'll never be able to unhear it.
Yeah, that's it now.
Yeah.
The fucks.
The iron, the bucks.
We're going to the we're going to Fox, right?
Different place.
Well,
Different place.
how am I feeling? How are we feeling?
Better.
A little bit better, a lot better.
Yeah, fever's broken. You're no longer really sore. You don't feel nearly as tired. But you still feel like there is like a heat, an internal heat to like your blood and like in your veins. Like you can just feel it, just almost like you can feel the heartbeat inside your chest as it's moving the blood through your body.
Blood pressure's way too high.
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps this is part of the process. If anything changes, let me know. I'll do the same for you.
I think this is the warmest I've ever been.
You're quite cold. Naturally. Do we leave?
But
Do we leave Hargraves here?
I'd rather take him with us.
Where?
Oh,
To the endless maze?
now we should take him to the Blood Hunters. Find their friends, maybe. See if they can help him.
No,
Holy shit! Where did you get here?
no, we're not sending him to no blood hunters.
Why not?
Let's just say I have inside information. I don't think that would be good for him.
I mean, that's not helpful either. What do we do?
I'm being helpful. I'm saying that that's not the best idea ever.
Then where do we go?
Well, I think I know some people who could be good caretakers to some certain other people.
You're a genius.
No, I'm a lore walker.
Back to the caravan.
Maybe they got a lot on their hands, but I know the lore walkers can help find him a place, the Silver Choir.
Well, then maybe it's time to wake him up.
All right. I walk over to Hargraves and kind of just give him like smack.
Maybe don't hit him to wake him up.
Maybe just let him sleep.
For how long? And if he awakes while we're not here?
I walk over, grab the water skin, and just gonna on his face.
I'm gonna stop Godric
Mhm.
when he tries to do that.
Yeah.
Let him rest.
Katarina just steps in front of you.
Give me a couple hours to do the handoff. We'll have some people come.
For all we know, he hasn't slept in nearly a year.
Oh, that's a good point.
Just let him have this one.
All right. You're right.
I cast message.
Okay.
To one of my contacts in the Silver Choir. We've rescued Hargraves. He's here in Cornwall. Send 3 people. And then I kind of give him like the street. If I have to send another message for it, fine. I send him kind of where we're at.
Okay.
The address.
The golden messages just fly out.
So you're sending them to who exactly?
One of my close contacts in Silver Choir. A local.
Who is?
Sending them to Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, huh?
It's Ben
No
Wallace.
balls, no balls.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm talking about my friend Ben Wallace.
What?
What exactly did you need from him? Again, real quick?
To send
Just to make sure.
people to retrieve Hargraves at this location.
And do what with him?
Find sanctuary for him, like a place to, give him a place to rest and kind of take care of him.
Okay.
Oh my god, this pen sucks. What
Yeah.
does this paper suck?
Okay.
Oh. Give me a pen.
Okay. So you send the message. And yeah, your message wraps up, glitters, and then disappears into the weave to find its intended recipient.
Do you believe we're done here then?
Yeah, I can wait for my friend Ben. Maybe if you have any shopping or anything to do before we leave. Still some time in the day left.
Leave to where?
The next leg on our journey. Our fantastic journey.
Ooh. I actually need you to come with me for the adventuring.
Why?
I mean,
What?
I may have bought this sword, and I want your opinion. Better, I don't know, things than me.
Yes, he's a fantastic swordsman and knows everything about them. I'll twirl mine a little bit.
I meant the selling part, really.
Right.
So does that mean you're both coming?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Makes me happier, actually.
So happy. So happy.
I mean that. Sounds bad. Yes, could you tag along too, Otheon? There we go.
Yes, you're clearly up to something nefarious. You're being way too nice.
No, I'm just trying to improve
Absolutely.
on
Bonding, relationship,
Handling.
cohesion,
the...
team building,
Integrity.
affection,
I'm gonna
love,
assume a new...
compassion, empathy, sympathy, neuropathy,
Communication. Trust.
All of that,
Thank you.
banana hammock.
except love. I don't know. Never mind.
Off
I
to the
should-
tailor at the mention of banana hammock.
While
Anyways.
I would love to go, I should really stay behind to make sure this handoff occurs safely.
Good.
Especially given everything.
Should we wait, or do you think it'll take
No,
time?
you go. I can take care of
I
it.
just need to see if they...
I'm perfectly capable of taking care of it, but so condescending. You're so talky downy.
I'm sorry.
Every time.
So you get a response. A voice calls out to you. We'll send a few gentlemen within the hour to retrieve the man.
Yep. Delivery's on its way. So I'm staying.
Perfect.
I can go with you to the guild.
All right.
I don't. God, don't think I'm leaving you hanging. It's not like he doesn't have a reputable mansion and a sister's second home and a this, that, and the other. He's basically a prominent financial figure.
Not wrong.
I...
Think of all the stuff he has. He ought to be able to get his money's.
Actually, fairly certain I'm the only one here who owns a home.
Yes.
Well, eminent domain. I own a home too now. This one. You're in it. My house, my rules. Get out!
Of course.
The ancient right of
deep
dibs has been
gentlemanly
invoked.
bow to
Yeah.
Twin. Then I will take my leave, good sir.
The most ancient right of dibs.
All right.
Without it, the world would just be chaos.
What
Everybody knows
dibsery
that.
is this?
Yeah.
I could go get the... Never mind, I don't need it. I was gonna go pick up the axe.
The silver one?
Uh,
Is it silver or adamantine? It was adamantine.
Silver. Silvered axe, adamantine greatsword. I take the sword and I'm just like, Locke, when you get a chance, can you put this in the box?
Well, why don't you donate them to the Adventurers Guild?
Why don't you sell them?
Less sighing, but still sighing. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the world leader is a person. He exists. He's alive. He breathes. Grumpy.
Don't you mean he's
Hi,
a
friend.
god emperor?
Fuck you.
Exactly. Go fuck yourself.
Your auto failed auto saving throws were used today, by the way.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were.
Ouch.
One of them got lycanthropy from it.
There. Yes.
One of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not auto fail.
She
I
got it
regular
on her
failed.
own.
She had a regular
Oh, you
fail.
regular failed.
She didn't need any help with
that's
that.
cool. That's cool. It's over here, immune to everything, and along comes a bite. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay.
Teach you to
It's
feel
okay.
Just a nibble.
better about
It's a
yourself.
nibble.
Just saying the perks of my relationship with my deity have been greatly exaggerated.
For sure.
Lots happy.
Oh, we all knew that.
You're the only one who didn't. All right. Locke, is there anything that you need to do or want to do?
Not particularly.
Katarina?
I'm waiting here with Hargraves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. The fuck did you just do? Don't worry about it. We're not plotting anything.
What?
Now,
Nothing.
do Trin and Hargraves have to fight to the death to
I
see
am
which one
no
you
s-
play?
Yeah, now they do.
Yeah, the rule
They didn't
is...
as long as you were going to leave them stuck in Avernus.
Yeah, Trin was only supposed to be like a 3-week run.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
he was
lied.
supposed to get out a long time ago, and I got fucking lied to, so...
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm Miss Alaric. Let's move on.
Enough about characters that everybody
You made that
misses and some
choice.
people might
It was
hate. Whatever.
literally just your choice.
Let's go.
All right, so you're gonna head to the Adventurers Guild with Ulthion.
No.
Fair enough.
It was fun, Ultion. When I went there last time, I offered, found the weapon that might have hit that I was looking for, and then I got to spar in the adventuring guild. Even though I didn't want some gold. Kind of nice.
I'm confused. So, you went looking for a sword, fought some people,
Yes,
and they gave you gold.
yes.
Right.
There's like a section that you can spar and train. I walked in and I asked if anyone wanted to see if they could touch me. And I threw some insults around, and then wagering was done, and
Reach over and touch you.
that doesn't count.
You owe me a gold.
If I wasn't about to spend so
You do
much,
again.
I would want.
That's 2 gold.
No, we didn't set it beforehand.
So, it would basically be, if I could touch you, I would get a gold.
I,
Is that how it was for them, at least?
we were using training weapons. We were using wooden swords and stuff, axes and hammers. We were sparring, fighting without the intent to kill.
As we're walking in, I kick a branch on the ground, flip it over to my hand, round the back of my head, and smack you in the arm with it. Like that.
Oh, sorry, fly hit. Weird.
Just like that. Just like that. So,
I poke you a couple times as we walk in.
It's flash.
Throw the stick.
So just like look at you and ignore it.
I'm in a good mood.
so you walk into the Adventurers Guild. It's a little less busy than you remember it being last time, but you walk back to the rear desk and find a different individual who was there last time. But you give him all the information. He checks the logs and says it looks like the weapon was delivered and your bid was accepted. So he goes to the back, gets a case just large enough to hold a standard long sword or so. Made of this really fine, like rosewood, and it has inlaid with the personal emblem of whoever was selling it to you, the seller, and puts it on the table and opens it, unwraps the cloth, and there's a sword in there. So here you go.
Oh shit! All right.
Does it... This says magical on it. Just like
I should have done that. I should have trolled him that way.
Magic.
This sword is magic, because that's all you asked for.
Is he? I start peering over the sword.
Hmm?
All right. I pull out the little bank note. I'm like, take it out of this.
It's cool. That's good.
Okay. So he
So
takes it, does the proper marking, stamps it,
just make sure if I need to give him.
and then hands it back to you with the new reduced amount, which brings you to,
That's what I'm gonna double check first.
I believe, like negative something thousand gold.
I'm gonna have to give him 1,000 gold. I'm pretty sure. I want to double
Yeah.
check.
He's a little confused too. He's like, this banked note doesn't quite cover the
I will-
entirety of the sum.
Oh, okay, there we go. I miscounted here. All right, 7,200 there, and then I'll give the rest here.
All right, that's fine then.
So I'll pull out 100 platinum and 100 platinum is
It's 1,000.
1,000,
Hmm?
and then 300 gold after that.
Yeah, they change it, take the money, give you the bank note, zeroed out. And he very kindly explains to you that you need to go to the bank and get more if you want to spend more.
Makes sense.
If I never plan on coming back, do I need to do that?
Yes, sort of. You never plan on coming back where? To Cornwall? Then why would you leave your money in a bank here?
I don't want to carry it around in a large sack.
So you're just donating it to rich people?
I don't know how it works.
We'll withdraw your money, if that's what you're planning on doing.
It's gone.
Although the
All
bank,
of this is gone. Spent it all. Just now.
you have nothing in your accounts.
No.
You zeroed out over the sword.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
You don't even know if it's well balanced.
I pick it up, just kind of...
No, Godric, it's cursed!
It's already in my hand, so
It's
sorry.
going to turn you completely and irrevocably ugly. Oh no, it's setting in.
Here, let me beat you to it. And I try to imitate Locke. Godric, you're already ugly.
Something like that at all.
Yeah, I insulted
You're not
myself
there.
for
He
you.
just mumbles to himself in some random room.
Yeah.
He's like, I knew it.
I knew it. So it comes back to bite me in the ass. All I ever try to do is help people. Anyways, it's a
How does
lie.
it feel?
Oh, you look
Sometimes
small,
I
but
kill them.
it should be fine.
Right.
It feels like a very short sword for you.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like.
Let's go see if we can. Well, we should try to earn that gold back. I'll start walking towards the sparring pit.
Good idea.
And if anyone's willing, I'll choose to use the new sword to kind of get a feel for it in my hands.
I don't let him. I spend the entire time just poking and slapping at him and dodging out of the way of his attacks.
Unfortunately, what you find is a lot more interest in people wanting to fight him, because most of the people who are in the Adventurers Guild already fought you anyways. And they either lost gold or they won gold, one or the other. So you find a lot of people just going like, "Do you think we're idiots? We're just going to keep giving you gold."
That's fair.
You
You
know.
that's fair. You should try to fight him.
I point at Ulfion.
He's not as good as me.
Every single person, I look them up and down and say, no.
This is the part where you make gold.
Any gold I made this way would be donated to the church. But if you want to fight me, I will.
You want to have a subtle conversation about explaining to them how to take a dive and make money?
Do you know what a dive is?
Yes, high jump from usually
No.
into water.
No, we did this happened in the gladiatorial pits. It's shameful, but
I'm all about shameful things. You know me so well.
exactly. You never know. So what it is we put a wager, and then we play right, lose against somebody on purpose, and then we increase the bet, we lose again, and then we increase it even more to win more than we've lost on the next person, and then you beat the shit out of them. Then we leave.
It's not a dive, that's a hustle. Anyway.
That's a big
Alright.
word.
All right,
Hustle.
I see the merit in what you're attempting to do, and it just sounds so much more appealing than saving the world. I'm in, and I leave. The sword does look nice, though.
See when it stabs people, and I just walk out, kind of shoulders slumping.
All right. So, was there anything that you needed to do when they came to get him, or no?
Not specifically, just making sure.
That they come get him?
Yeah, that they come get him and it's safe and he doesn't wake up and eat him or something like that. And
Doesn't seem
they-
like he's gonna. He's sleeping.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they
Mm.
have a large like medic cart. or something. Bring out your dad.
Yeah.
Bring out your dad.
So
No, they need assistance getting him to a carriage, and they say they're going to take him to a small manor outside of the city, where he won't be like bothered by anybody, where nobody will come looking for him, and
Yeah, and then when I talk to them, I just tell them, pass up that we've covered Hargraves. He's safe. I don't think he's in any state to adventure. As the Silver Choir did try and assist getting the whole group back, but could only get so many. So I figure the higher ups would want to know that Trin did something right.
no, I mean they're receptive, but they're also pretty clear that they're like, well, we can't hold him hostage.
Yeah, no.
So
no.
if it's time for him to go, he's going to go.
No. Just give him a safe place to recover, and he can stay there for a bit if he wants.
Mhm.
Okay.
He shouldn't wake up to just strangers.
while we were waiting, I come as they're loading him up. I have a rolled parchment sealed with wax. I'm sure there's a writing desk around somewhere.
Yeah.
This is for him when he wakes.
Oh, well, make sure he has it.
So the Ben, I agree with her. You're gonna send him out to some strange manor where he's gonna wake up not knowing how he got here, possibly, or why. Just that he's being held in some strange place. I just don't think this is going to go well.
Well, what are we supposed to do, Katarina? Take him into the home along and take him into possibly dangerous situations? Like, I get it's tough, but I have just as many concerns. It's not like we're his best friends ever. Neither of us. Well, I'm not. And Altheon's not. I guess you guys are. If you insist on it, I'll pay them for the cart and we can take them with us.
I mean, what's wrong with you not just coming out to the countryside for a time? He can't sleep forever, right?
No.
I can't leave him.
All right. Well, I guess we're taking a vacation. At least for now. Couple days won't hurt. It's the blink of an eye for Altheon, anyway. It'd probably be better for us to get out of the city anyway.
Well, I have a letter here for you. We can take him now. You want to meet us later? We're outside the city. You just take the north roads towards the outsides of the city and ask for the Ashburn estate.
All right.
This letter should get you past the gates onto the estate and the grounds and into the manor.
Give me a pen!
Quickly!
Thank you.
Either way, Trin? Lady?
Ben.
Sir? We'll take him now then.
Thank you for your help, Ben.
Fair enough.
Come find us when you are ready. We'll take care of him.
Thank you. We will.
Still, sir.
And then he climbs up onto the side of the carriage, hops up there, and starts driving away.
Now, Katarina, I mean, you and Locke are gonna have to convince Ulfdown, because I'm sure he's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, well, we can't waste time doing that because we have to save the world. The world is at stake. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff he's always talking about. I'm just saying, you know.
This is important.
I agree. Well, I think I complain all the time, so then they don't really take it seriously. But if it's coming from you, as appointed leader of the group, as Ulfion's always saying,
I will defer to the group. Hargraves was a friend. He's strong.
he's not dead. We did something right.
I can't account for how he feels now.
Pat yourself on the back.
He was there for months longer than he needed.
And I wouldn't call Patty a friend anymore. Because she wouldn't call us friends, right? Who knows how Hargraves is? Anyway, you're right. Maybe a little more optimism. Our friend Hargraves should wake up to a friendly face. So Katarina should definitely be.
And you've put yourself through enough hell. You've actually been through hell. You don't need to put yourself through more hell. That was the point. That's why you don't remember hell.
No, Godric, you're missing the point. If
Oh, there
I
they
don't
are.
know exactly what you'd call it, but if these buffoons and their carriages went in circles at the intersections instead of straight lines, the entire city would be better leveled.
No, why?
The traffic would
I
flow
hate
so
you.
much smoother.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes,
I
it
hate
would.
you.
Going in circles takes time and it's stupid.
No, circles are natural. It's the way things like to move.
Mountains aren't circles.
They are. They're giant circles.
No, they're triangles. I learned my shapes.
Terrowyn is a giant circle.
No, it's flat. We sit on it. It's like a plate.
You ever seen a plate with a mountain on it?
Yes, my mashed potatoes. Those are mountains.
Potatoes do sound really
And
good.
gravy are the little lakes and pools.
All right, let's wake this werewolf up.
As the cart that he's in passes you guys on the street.
I'm just saying. Don't we know the people in that cart?
All these humans look alike.
Fucking hell.
You guys were all in the
So-
cart, right?
No.
No,
No?
no,
Oh,
we
okay.
stayed.
No, you see them standing in front of the manor.
Oh, never mind. You're right. They do all look the same.
Small.
And you see Katarina, Locke, and Trin out front.
All right. Well, we've got the sword. Actually, looks like a good one. He wasn't swindled. I told him it's cursed, though. It's made him terribly ugly. Look.
I don't see any change. Told you.
Maybe there's a threshold for how ugly.
Right. Swords like that. I won't curse you. You're already
Yeah,
ugly.
well, no, it's cursed, but it just doesn't look like it's cursed.
That's the
Because
point.
it just gets to a certain point, you're
Right.
like, oh, what's already fucked up anyway.
Anyway. It's, are we
Well,
waking
Very
him?
hurtful things.
Is he leaving? Your friends are taking him?
Oh, well, on that, Katarina has something really important that she wants to tell you.
We're heading
Under
to
the
the house
cart.
that they're taking him to.
Right. Why?
So that he doesn't wake up amongst strangers with no idea what's happening.
Good thing he and I are on such good speaking terms.
If you don't want to go, you don't have to, but I certainly am.
Do we even know how long before he wakes?
Not a clue.
No, so we should hurry.
I don't like dallying, but the fact is we went through a lot just to get him here. If we want to see it to the end, I suppose I understand. But if the world ends, I will say I told you so.
See? I told you would say it! I said so!
Well, I would say if the world ends in the few hours that this will take, hopefully, we were doomed to fail anyhow.
Well, he's thinking that at the very end, if we'd only been 5 hours sooner, like it's like months from now. It's like months from
It's
now.
likely true. And if you think you can predict what I'm going to do or say, all that shows is that I am constant and stoic, and those are virtues.
Variety is the spice of life. I heard that somewhere. Anyway, we should get our stuff.
From the ivory... What, Godric?
Huh?
What's it called?
Sorry, I was drilling you up like I did earlier.
The tavern.
Ivory Fox. Why is everyone laughing when I say it? What is the problem? The Ivory Fox.
I don't know if that'll
That
ever
was-
get old.
Everyone has a problem with the accent, apparently. What is-
I met a tabaxi named Ivory one time. What?
Ivory Tabaxi?
What?
What does this have to do with the...
Shall we then?
Yes, we
Yes,
shall.
let's.
Yes.
You're
You know,
just gonna
if
charter a
the
carriage out of the
intersections,
city.
and I go on about the roundabouts again.
Yeah. Did anybody leave any stuff at the?
Yeah, a tavern, no.
Yes,
Yes.
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 I left a bugbear
Indeed.
Yeah,
And the fox.
and a fox.
Yeah.
which are technically using the rooms.
Technically.
So I mean, the tavern is walking distance because we walked here. So
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute walk.
yeah,
Or so.
I'm
Everything's walking distance. If
Yeah.
you have the willpower.
And
walking
if you
with
live
a
forever.
purpose towards the Ivory Fox.
I mean, ultimately, if you guys want to leave, you just come back and teleport from Thanes anyways.
True. True. Well, then, do we need to pick anything up? Is Hargraves leaving the city?
Well, it's
bit.
a little ways out.
Yeah,
It's,
he's
the
yeah. The guy
Ashburn
said it'd be
estate.
out in Ashburn Estate in the countryside.
In the countryside.
Oh, so it's a trip we're on then.
A little bit. Think of it as
Okay.
a reward for a job well done. Like a vacation. You gotta treat yourself.
I would like to say that I did tell you something would go wrong with that deal.
Well,
I'd said it.
define wrong.
The problem
'Cause-
wasn't with this one; it was with the first one that
Yeah.
didn't work.
By
These
my count,
are
everyone's alive.
Goliath-sized werewolf teeth marks.
Oh well, that was
that scar will
just a
never
matter of
go
time.
away.
That was gonna happen eventually. I don't know. I
I've
don't even
seen
know why you're all
remarkably
upset.
fast.
You know, it's about one of these days. Werewolf is gonna bite you. It's just you're getting out of the way.
Get it out of the way. All right.
Yeah.
No more werewolves.
By my count, everyone's alive. We got our your friend back. I feel kind of guilty. Anyway, we got him back, and he is relatively alive.
Okay.
The cult is less alive, so win-win all around.
Then we're square with Glacier.
Yes.
So from here on out, I can just start smiting again.
Oh, you can smite the shit out. You can smite the smoty smite out of whatever the fuck you want, except for me. That's the rule.
Right.
Yes. No smite. If you smite me, I don't know if I'll come back. Away! As away! With purpose! All the purposes!
Gotcha. So you head back to the Ivory Fox to check in. Give her up an update. Tell them, like, just stay in the room. Eat, drink, take care of Misha, and just... We'll be back. And then we'll be leaving from Comewald. Just gather whatever belongings you need to. Drop off stuff that you're not going to need to carry with you. It's just extra stuff to have to lug around. You charter a coach, head out to the countryside on the roads, and after a few hours, the northeastern gate of Cornwall along the river begins to kind of fade into the distance as you ride out into the country, passing small farmsteads and people along the road traveling to trade in Cornwall. The pleasant break of a sunny day, cloudless sky, and the sounds of songs, people working in the fields, chopping down grain, is actually a pleasant break from how loud the city can be and how overbearing the hustle and bustle of everyday life there can be. Even just being there a few days, it's just a stark difference between how quiet the country can be. And you've always felt more at ease in the country than anywhere else. A few hours into the ride, there is on the side of the road a wagon that has kind of broken down. And passing by it, you see that there are several Ravashan soldiers who are in it, around it, working on it. And that slowly turns into a tide of soldiers who are wounded, who are marching and heading towards Conwald. And you realize that you're heading in the direction that eventually, if you traveled far enough, would take you directly to Teutoburg, which would be the front lines of the war. So the marred, scarred, and tortured souls of those soldiers who are fighting on that front are heading back this way for whatever reasons, either to seek reinforcements or to be rested. Their bloodied, mangled body parts, most missing, some of them burnt as though exposed to some great and dangerous fire. You see maidens of the Temple of Tala in makeshift camps, applying and assisting them, doing the best they can to heal their wounds and give them some bit of comfort before they pass on. A grim reminder of what the rest of the Empire and the world might face. And though you still might be weeks of travel from Teutoburg itself, the war has already reached this far. Until next Friday. Bye-bye.